At me. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's happening? How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, man. We in this piece. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Uh feel like there's something going on. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? You know what? Hold on, give me a second. Something's going on. I feel like TikTok be really just playing. Shit is crazy. TikTok be really just playing with your boy. Wicked work. What's good, y'all? Morning. Morning to everybody. To everybody. In this thing. Morning to everybody. What's good? What's good? We back. We back. Feel like you always gotta. I don't be knowing what's going on with TikTok, man. But I feel like every live is weird. What up, Chandra? Every live be weird on TikTok. But we here now, man. What up? What up? What up? Glad you caught it too, Black Kitty. Guess that didn't matter. I guess it's the same old, same old. Thanks, Miss Press. Welcome in, everybody. Early morning vibes, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to the original then, since that shit don't do nothing. That shit didn't do a damn thing. There we go. All right. What's good, y'all? Let's get into it. It's been like that on YouTube too with Black creators. I haven't heard of that, but I believe it. Ain't heard of it, but I believe it. Let's get into it, man. What y'all got? Damn, sorry about that. It is almost 11 where I'm at. Yeah, it's morning for your boy though. I've been up for a while, but it's still morning for you, boy. Yeah. Men cannot survive without women. Men cannot survive without women. What are we doing? 1241 in Texas. Yep. Sound about right. Yep. 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 Yeah. Ontario. Y'all East Coasting. I feel that. Heidi, you in the UK, right? Heidi said it's 4:11 a.m. there. God damn, what you doing? Christopher Brown said he disagree. Why do you disagree, Christopher Brown? Men can survive without women. I don't think men can survive without women in the current. I mean, I think we could if we like, you know, changed a lot of stuff about ourselves and became independent. But oh, she's not in the UK then. She's from Australia. Okay, I should have known that way. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, you would be behind us. Yeah, that makes sense. My fault. I'm tripping. Um, a lot of protective providers. There are some who can't function due to sorriness, but plenty of men can survive function without women. No, most men can't survive or function without women. Here, I'll let you come up, brother. You could come up here. I don't have anybody on TikTok right now, so I don't have to worry about any cross pollination situations. Paste it. Okay, let's paste that. There you go, Chris Brown. If you would like to come up, Christopher Brown. Nah, I don't think. I don't think most men. I don't think most men can survive without women. I'm not seeing any trends of that. I wish it were true though, right? I wish it were true, but I'm not seeing any trends of it. Jojo said no. Um, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. This is crazy. I appreciate y'all. I don't know what's going on. The numbers is looking wild right now on TikTok though. I never seen it look like this before. It's weird. TikTok makes you want to stop doing lives on TikTok. That's right, Heidi. Yeah, they do. I believe most men can't survive without women because they won't do women careers women careers anyway. I did. I already restarted it. Oh, only YouTube told you. Yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that for sure. For sure. It's crazy. YouTube is.
Okay.
Um. Hold on. Give me 1 second, CB. Okay. Uh. There we go. Okay. I think everybody can hear. Oh wait, I didn't need to. Yeah, I need to do that for them. Okay, never mind. All right, we're good. I get you.
You can hear me?
Yep, I get you.
Okay. And before we go on, I'd like to apologize. I have horrible service where I'm at. So they're,
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
that.
That's fair. So what's going on, man? You said you disagree. You think that men can survive without women,
Yeah.
and you think. And when I say men, I'm not saying that there aren't some men that can survive without women. Oh, he wasn't lying about the service. It already kicked him. Yeah, I don't think. I just don't think most men can survive without women. I'm not seeing it, but let's see.
Okay, so it just threw me out and I just got back in. So
Yeah, I
I
know.
missed what you said.
No, I just asked you. I was just like, so you think most men can survive without women?
Eh, I will say about half.
You think half men can survive without women? Okay. I mean, that's
I'll
close,
say
but I,
about
I don't I don't think it's even half. But yeah, that's close enough. So you do recognize that a substantial amount of men cannot survive without women.
yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that. Unfortunately, I happen to work with one, which is rather depressing because he is 30 years older than I am.
Hmm. Oh, they're usually the worst. Yeah, by that age, they like can't do anything without their woman. So you think that half men can survive without women? Um, what makes you think the other half can? What are you seeing in the other half of men that makes you think that? Uh oh.
Okay, so I lost you when you said that the older ones are usually the worst. I
Yeah.
will, to that, I will say I can't entirely be mad at that, which annoys me because I used to windmill for men like off of GP. And to a
Hmm.
point, to a certain point, I still will, but uh,
I think you're
definitely
doing it
not
right
for
now.
that one.
I think you windmilling right now for men. Even in this moment, it may not be the biggest windmill, but you still windmilling, saying that only half of men or half of men can survive without women. Like I think most men can't survive without women. I don't see that.
Cannot, period, or like when you say that you think that most men cannot,
Mm-hmm.
are you referring to as they currently are or in general, just no matter what?
No, I'm not saying like
Which
in
one?
nature. I'm not saying like in nature or like if men were to grow or whatever, then we still couldn't survive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying how men are right now and how we have been for the last 10,000 years, we cannot survive without women.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about having babies. I'm not talking about procreating because that's different. That's a different question. Can mankind exist without women? No, of course. Mankind also can exist without men. But can men individually speaking on an individual basis from man to man can most men survive without women, and the answer is undoubtedly no, of course not.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it booted me out again and I got
Yeah, I
back
know.
again. Um,
You're good.
I am curious just as a thought experiment. Um, so let's say we all wake up Sunday morning and for whatever reason,
I think that happened to you last time. CB, you was having a lot of service, a lot of technical difficulties. What up, just minding my business? Yeah, you was having a lot of technical difficulties last time too, if I'm not mistaken.
StreamYard, and I hate this service. But basically, Sunday morning, the world wakes up, all the women disappear. They're not hurt or harmed. They're
Mhm.
just in some,
They
in
move.
some, yeah. How long do you think, look, how long do you think it would take the world to descend into chaos? Just out of curiosity.
Hours, like less than a day.
So you think that there would be fighting and uh, violence and
Mhm. grapes. It'd be male on male grapings going crazy. It'd be bedlam. But if I ask the same question and flip it around, if men were to disappear tomorrow, what would happen? How would the world look? And I think the world would look like, I think leprechauns would exist and unicorns would exist. And that dog, that flying sheep dog from Never Ending Story would like swoop down and like pick people up, you know what I'm saying? Pick the women up and fly them around, and like magic carpets would exist. And you know what I mean? Like it would be crazy.
You said it would look like it threw me out again.
Oh,
Damn
okay.
cliffhanger.
You're
It
good. Okay.
cliffhangered me.
So did you hear what I said about men, or are you talking about women? Which one? What I said about men?
Right before you said you said about women.
Oh, women. Yeah. So I said, if you flipped it around and you asked that same question about like, what would the world look like if women weren't around? I mean, if men, like disappeared tomorrow or on Sunday or whatever.
Mhm.
I said that the world would look like, it would look like a children's drawing of what like the perfect world would look like. You know what I'm saying? It would be like rainbows and like unicorns would start like flying, and like hummingbirds would like land on the women's shoulders and shit. Like it would be a completely different world. It'd be safe. It would, the air quality would become better. People's skin would clear up. It'd be wild. But
Now,
they
how
got,
do you think that the air quality would be better immediately?
oh no, I'm being facetious, obviously. I'm saying, but the world would be exponentially better instantly if all the men were to disappear.
Okay. Um well, I wasn't going to dwell on the women's world because I didn't intend on being on here too long because I came home for a nap.
Right.
Um so in the first week, we'll say the first
Mm-hmm.
week,
Mm-hmm.
what policies, laws, ordinances, whatever, uh, do you see taking place to improve the world from where it is right at this moment on this Saturday?
You mean like if the women left?
No, if the men left.
No, you don't. I was just showing you that like the juxtaposition. You know what I'm saying? Like if women were to disappear tomorrow, would the world become a better place? Absolutely not. But if you flip that around, would the world become a better place for, if men were to disappear? Yes. Right. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like I don't necessarily want to talk about like what women would do or whatever. I would rather focus on men not being able to survive without women and what that would actually look like.
Do you think that within hours we would devolve to raping each other?
Graping each other more than we already do, yeah, absolutely. It would be crazy. It would be like, because a lot of the purpose that men have, um, a lot of the purpose that men have is you know like centered around women. You know what I mean? So um if women aren't here, then men don't really, at that point, they don't really have anything like stopping them or holding them back from being like I guess like better people, or being the best representation of themselves. So but CB, you got a lot, you keep dropping, bro. I can't keep having you back up. It's hard to have a convo, to be honest with you. I think it's like slowing me down. But I appreciate you though. I like the question. That was a good question. Um Tracy said a lot of y'all gay anyway. Oh man. Uh I am JT Ripper. You can come up. I am JT Ripper. I'll mute you for the live. You can come up and get unmuted though. I invited you up. You got the invite if you would like to. Oh, he's already up here. Look at that. That was crazy. I didn't expect it to be that fast. He asked the question. Yeah, bro. I just got a question. Hold on. Wait. Let me. I can't hear you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just trying to see like how you came to the premise of that the world would just turn to chaos the way that you said it would. Like, how'd you come to that conclusion?
Because most of the things that men do as far as like being productive in society is linked to their desires to be with women. I don't want to say that men are better like men do things for women, because I think that gives a false impression, but they do things to have access to women. And they don't do things so they can continue to have access to women. You know what I mean? But once you remove women from the equation, then to me, obviously, a lot of men would become more violent. A lot of men would become more aggressive and things of that nature.
So you saying they will become more aggressive because of the lack of the presence of the woman.
Yeah. Like especially like if it were a thing like my man's was describing, if it were a thing like where we just we wrapped our brains around it. So however long that would take, right? Because I said like 4 hours, but it would probably take longer than that. Because we would have to understand, we would have to first wrap our heads around like, okay, the women aren't here. You know what I mean? Like they're not coming back. So it would be like a lot of people, because we're in America. So it would be like we would have to get in contact with the Mexicans, and we would have to get in contact with the Chinese, and we would have to get in contact with all of these governments to be like, so your women are missing too? My women are missing. Like, and then finally it would be like, hey, all the women are gone. Not just the women in your town, not just the women in your state, all the women on the planet are gone, right? And once that becomes like the reality, oh yeah, I think nukes are going off. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's like, it's crazy. It's like I don't see men being able to like hold it together for that much longer.
Okay, I recall you saying that you didn't want to speak on the other half about it.
You can.
Okay, well, I'm saying like you don't think that the same thing would possibly happen if all the men were gone and it was just women?
No.
You think it would just be peaceful?
I know it would be peaceful.
How is that so when you put a handful of women in a room together and 5 of them already decided they don't like this woman just because of the stupidest reason?
You just made that up. That's not true.
No, it's not, bro. Look.
Yeah. You did. You just made it up.
No, I was raised by women, bro.
Me too. You just made it up.
No, I didn't.
I promise you just made it up.
I did not make that up.
That is not anything that you can substantiate. You can beyond your, I already know, beyond you saying I've seen it, there's nothing you can there's no more you have behind that.
So you've never seen a group of women in one room together and a small group automatically decides they don't like another woman because of whatever freaking reason.
I've never watched women that closely in those circumstances.
You've never observed human behavior? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's a stupid question. No, the question you're asking me specifically, have I ever been in a room with a bunch of women and observed them for no reason as a group decide to hate one woman? Never seen it before.
Wow, you've been around some very
regular women.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
That premise.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you what you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to try, but I'm just saying about that.
So beyond your anecdotal experiences, what evidence do you have to show me that women are hateful, spiteful, vengeful, violent beings?
Let's see. I know foster mothers that have done some pretty fucked up shit to dead women or younger women growing up.
Okay, I'll ask the question again. You must have didn't hear me.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Beyond your anecdotal experiences, and I'm not even asking you to like cite a source. I'm just saying something that as a collective we all could say, yeah, that's true, right? What do you have? Do you have anything like in like a substantial amount of evidence to point to like that women are vengeful, spiteful, vindictive, evil, you know, things of that nature, predatory, like where, you know, I'm not saying no woman fits that mold. Of course, there are some women who fit that mold, but women as a group, women in general, that's what you're saying. Like some,
No. Maybe I made the wrong statement when I said that.
Yeah, because that's what I'm talking about. Because you got to understand, for it to go down.
Women as a whole. I was never saying that.
Yeah, women in general, right? Because the things that I'm talking about men in general. I'm saying like I think most men, I think that it would turn into bedlam. And I also think that there's not enough of those women, because I don't think most men would just go crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like initially, I don't think most men would just instantly snap. But I think that a substantial amount of men would, which would ultimately just, you know, to be like a domino effect, and then boom, everybody would just go fucking ape shit, right? But with women, yeah, but with women, I don't think there is a substantial amount of women to create that effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll agree that, yeah, there's some women that are like that, no doubt about it, right? But there's not enough women, first of all, that would be able to create that effect. Number two, there's not enough women that would actually fall in line with that. Like, even if there was like 100,000 women in a small area to do that versus the other 900,000, right, out of a million, like the other 900,000 gonna be like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to fucking stop that, like knock that off. But with men, it only take 100,000. 100,000 men to start doing that shit. And now, before you know it, every fucking man is doing it. Like, it's just, that's, men are way, we that hierarchy, we are addicted to the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? And falling in line and following what other people are doing and blah, 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 blah.
I get a clear picture of what you're saying, man. Okay. At first I thought you were just on some all men do this shit.
No, I would. That's my fault. Yeah, I would never say all men do anything or all women do anything, because that's plumb dumb. But it doesn't like right now, it doesn't take all men aren't responsible for.
That's crazy.
You said what?
I was reading the comment, bro. My bad.
Go ahead, yeah. All men aren't responsible for what's going on right now. Not all men, right? Some of us are fighting against it. Some of us hate it, right? But not enough of us, and not the right men dislike it, right? Okay. And there's a bunch of men in the middle, and then there's men at the top. Then there are men at the top who are very, very evil and very, you know what I mean, and don't care, and you know, whatever. And they tend to have the most resources and power and yada yada yada, right? And they are influencing the rest of us.
Correct.
Right? Whereas with women, that doesn't typically happen. Like, women don't really get down like that. You know, like I said, if there was a small group of women that were like evil, the women would just either like oust them or just not follow them. Like, they would just be like, nah, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not following Barbara and them. Like, Barbara and them are fucking crazy. You know, but with men, I feel like it's easy to get men to follow those types of men. Strong men love strong men. And I'm not talking about like gym strong men. I'm saying, you know, like Donald Trump, like Hitler, Mussolini, you know, Pol Pot, you know what I'm saying? Like men like that. Men love following those types of men.
So what, in your opinion, what would it be, or what would it take on a woman's end for them to stop or to just not do it? to do the direct opposite, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say.
Like, why don't women fall for that?
No, I'm saying if that were to, if a woman was to try to attempt that shit, how would they counterreact it? In a different way that a man would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just like wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like if a woman came to them and was like, man, this is crazy. We need to I think we really need to hoard these resources and, starve people out. I don't think everybody deserves a place to live and access to water and housing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should enslave some of these women, man. Some of these women, especially the darker ones. I think we should enslave some of these. Like, most women they're going to be like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that, because women have a lot of emotional intelligence, empathy, things of that nature. So if you try to convince you can convince some women to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but you can't convince most women, half the women, you just can't get it. You can't do it. You can't do it, especially without power or violence involved. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was just, because you would have to think it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be like, well, I could beat you up. It wouldn't be that. So it would be like, how can we convince these women to fall in line? And I don't think you can get most women to fall in line with that. They're not built that way. You know what I'm saying? They're not conditioned to fall in line with that type of stuff. If that makes sense. But we are.
I got a better understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second part, I would like to ask you, what do women need for men? What do women need men for?
The regular answer to that would be security or protection or whatever.
From who?
But you said from who?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very vague answer I could give that, and it's a lot of detailed answer I can give about that. But I can only really be honest with it when I say, like, bro, both of us need each other.
No, but how do women need men though? Like, start there, because you're saying we both need each other, but you haven't told me how women need men.
Okay, so it's certain situations where a woman needs to be, I guess, like grounded is the certain word for it. And when I say grounded, I'm not saying like ruled over or nothing like that. I'm not saying that they need to be dictated to. But in certain aspects, sometimes a woman's, what's the word I want to use? Her emotions will override her logic sometimes. It don't happen every time with every woman, but sometimes.
So let's talk about most women in general. That wouldn't apply to most women. Most women are logical. Most women have more logic than men. You know what I'm saying? Men are way more rational than women are. So let's talk about women in general, right? So what do women in general need men for? Not protection, because who do men protect women from the vast majority of the time?
That's kind of everything. What other men, I would say?
Men. I mean, it ain't even close. So men. So they don't need them for protection, because if men just left women alone, there's your answer to that question. And then women are definitely more logical and rational than men are, so they don't need us for that. So what do women need men for? And I'm not talking about humanity, right? Humans, like, we need each other so that we can procreate. No doubt about that. Remove that from the equation. What do women individually, like, what does your mama need a man for? What does my mama need a man for? What does your auntie need a man for? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. What do women need men for?
See, when you put it like that, it's a damn good question. Hey, bro, hold on. My daughter's doing the most.
No, you got it. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Come and start. Okay. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Now, you said in general, what does a woman need from a man?
Yeah.
Not you said not rationality.
Mhm.
Sorry, not logic, not petition.
Mhm.
But, I mean,
Do you think they need logic from men? Like, who is more rational and who is more logical in your mind? You think men are more logical and rational than women are?
in most of the situations I've been in life, yes, I do.
Okay. That you've been in life. But once again, so remove you from it. Let's think generally. How would you like, because here's usually what I point to, right? When men say women are less logical than men or less rational than men, the first thing I'm going to point to is violence. Is that not a good place to start?
Sure, we can start there.
Okay. Who is responsible for more violence in this world, men or women?
Men.
Okay. Is it even close?
Nah.
It's not even close.
On the reported instance, no, not at all.
Not reported or reported, it doesn't matter.
No, that was just a little specific thing, bro.
No, I know I'm saying, but
nah, it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter because women don't report the vast majority of violence that happens to them either. So reported or unreported, the vast majority of violence, almost 100% of violence is committed by men. Almost, like it's not even close. Like I'm not even playing. It's 98%. So 98% of all violence is committed by men in the world. All right. Now, what would show you, what proves to you more that women are more logical than men than that right there?
So I have to remove myself from this situation, brother, but you have a point.
Yeah. You have to remove yourself because
from my standpoint, it's just rather hard to do it based on the shit that I've seen. But if I do remove myself, then yeah, you have a point.
So even based on what you've seen women be more violent than men in your life. The women in your life are more violent than the men you've been around.
I can count more instances on my hands and feet where I've seen a woman, engage or to start a domestic violence dispute and then kind of police on the man, though. I've seen some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah, me too. I've seen wild stuff too. But you never seen you. So you. I
don't know. I never said I've never seen a man do it.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about calling the police. Yeah, I'm not even talking about calling the police. And this is not even versus a man or versus a woman. I'm just talking about in general. So remove men versus women and women versus men, right? Which I already know that you've seen men abuse more women than you've seen women abuse men. I know that. That's crazy to even try to like pass that off right now. That doesn't even make sense. But okay, I'll give you that. Now, can we talk about men versus other men?
It's way worse.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So even if you use your own eyes and your own logic and your own memories, it would be men. So I don't know why right now you're trying to act like it would be women. What's the point in that? That's illogical. That's the illogic I'll be talking about of men. Like, you know the truth. You know what you're saying don't make no sense. If you even are feigning for 1 second that you have seen women be more violent than men at your age, right? Where how old you are, I'm saying. Like maybe if you were 10 or something like that. Okay.
No,
right.
Bro,
but
literally like, okay, look, maybe let me get a little personal with it. I'm 30.
Okay.
Sister's 40. I've seen her literally fight every boyfriend she's had.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked her why, she said, I just have beat a bitch syndrome. To which I asked, what the fuck does that even mean?
Mm-hmm.
And her direct response was, right hand to God.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm with a guy more than 4 years, I feel like I have to fight him. Why? She said, I don't know. I just do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like I said, and we know that's an anomaly, right? A woman feeling like that. So, but take your sister out of it once again. That's one woman, you haven't seen that from a bunch of women. You probably ain't seen it from 2 women, but you've seen it from your sister. That's one woman.
I've seen it from 3.
So 3 women in your life. So 3 women in your life have told you that they have to fight all of their boyfriends physically. 3 of them.
One of them has said it. 2 of them has shown it to me, like the same similar behavior, and I just didn't even fucking ask because, like, I know what this is. It's just my personal experience, bro. Like, I get it. Like, to a lot of people, it might not seem believable.
It's not believable.
But I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to say.
It's unbelievable.
I'm sorry to say I have an unbelievable life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
You can tell me the truth.
That is the truth. I don't
Okay.
have a reason to lie to you, bro. I don't know.
Well, you do though right now. That's the thing. When men say they don't have a reason to lie to protect like the patriarchy or to protect other men, that is your reason to lie. We are.
I don't care about the patriarchy.
You
bro.
do though. You do.
I don't.
You do. You're showing it right now.
I don't though.
But you're proving it right now though. It's not my opinion. You're proving it right now. You're doing it right now.
Okay, hold up. By telling you by what I've seen in my life, how is that protecting the patriarchy by giving my personal?
By lying about things that you know aren't true, or by using your own anecdotal experiences, right, to try to apply to the general population. Like I said about myself, I've seen crazy. Hold on, brother. I've seen crazy shit too. I 100% believe you're lying. I think you're lying on your sister, and I believe I'm being honest with you. I'm just telling you. Okay.
Let's see if my brother's on. Lulu, have you ever heard Nicole say she has to fight her boyfriends all her boyfriends after 4 years? That she has to fight all her boyfriends? Yes. Didn't you hear her say that? I'm saying the time she got to fight with Mike, and I asked her, why the fuck did you do that? And she said, I just got beat a bitch syndrome. Don't you remember her saying that? Yeah. Say it again. Yeah, I remember her saying that shit though. I don't know. Okay, now bro, I just told bro this shit and he thinks I'm fucking lying.
No.
This is our blood sister, right? Why do you think she lying? He thinks
I don't. It ain't that I think. It's not that I think you're necessarily. I think you are lying about your sister. I know. Hold on. Listen. Listen what I'm saying. I personally think you're lying on your sister because you're acting as. You gonna let me tell you why?
Yeah, I'm listening, bro.
Okay. The reason I think you're lying on your sister is because you're acting as you're omitting a bunch of other information from the situation, right? Like,
do you want me to tell you how it happened?
You wouldn't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You wouldn't know how it happened.
I was there.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is that you wouldn't know what led up to that, even if you were there when the fight happened, which I'm not denying. I'm saying you wouldn't know what led up to her doing that. You weren't there. You weren't in their relationship. You weren't. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not denying in this moment. Cool, your sister fought men and she told you she got beat a bitch syndrome. That's fine. Cool. Yes. I got you. I won't hold that against you. What I really, that one part of it is like I said, I think you don't know the full story. So I can't, fuck it. I'll take that back. You're not lying on your sister. You just don't know what the fuck happened. Number one. Number two, I got you. Oh, so she was reacting to being abused?
No. He cheated. He didn't.
That is abuse. Cheating is abuse. Yeah, cheating is abuse. Absolutely. That's what I figured happened, but you were making it seem like she just woke up and had to go upside her boyfriend's head. See what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. Well, you kind of did though, because you were saying that you said when you asked her why did she do it, she said she just got beat a bitch syndrome. But come to find out she did it, she was reacting to being abused.
Those were her words, my guy.
I got you. But hold on. What you
trying to make now? But here go the thing. If a person cheats on you, do you have to put your hands on them?
Sir, you can't pivot now from what I'm saying. All I was telling you was this whole time, what you were telling me, did it make sense? Because I don't believe women, generally speaking, are out here committing acts of violence against men because they just got beat a bitch syndrome. That didn't make sense to me, right? But come to find out, it was what I thought it was. She was reacting to abuse. That's why I was saying you don't know what led up to that. And then you said right now, yeah, she got cheated on. My guy, that is a fucking a crazy thing to happen to you, to get cheated on, right? I'm not saying two wrongs make a right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is, though, it ain't like she just woke up and was like, I got to go upside my man's head. That's all I'm saying. And that's how you were framing it. And that's why I was like, yeah, I don't believe you. Then I asked you about the other two women that you claim that happened. Do you know their stories? Were they also reacting to abuse as well?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. After growing up with my sister and I saw that, I didn't even ask. I'll be honest. I didn't. The second two other times, I didn't even ask.
Okay, so
it was a recognized behavior. I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of that.
Okay, so, but you said this was 2 other women, though.
Correct.
Okay, okay, so you didn't ask the other women. Okay, cool. So,
I did not.
So you never clocked. And here's what I'm saying when it comes to the patriarchy. You forgave or you excused the man cheating on her. You didn't even know that was abuse until 2 minutes ago, right? You were like, well, he didn't lay his hands on her, as if that's the only form of abuse. But so you excused his behavior, and then highlighted and vilified your sister in this situation. And you're saying that, no, I don't even care nothing about the patriarchy. I'm telling you, whether you want to or not, you do. You're programmed to. All of us are. We're all men are programmed to protect the patriarchy. That is our number one function as men right now. But outside of being fodder for wars for rich people, outside of being bodies for capitalism, right? To go to work and make money for the machine that is capitalism. Our biggest task at home, in the house, in our community, is to uphold the patriarchy. That's it. And that's what most men do, like constantly.
Interesting.
And the issue is, most of us don't understand it. You thought that what you just said right now, I'm giving you all the grace in the world. I don't think you intentionally are doing it. I don't think you are knowingly like, I gotta protect it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, I don't care. I believe you. Like, if I hooked you up to a lie detector and I asked you, are you protecting the patriarchy? I think you would actually pass. I think you would be like, no, I'm not. That's not what you really believe that what you were saying made sense. You really believe that what you were saying was like you being unbiased. I'm telling you, it wasn't. It was completely biased, though. 100% biased. But that's our default as men. That's all I'm saying. That's our default. If I were talking to a white person, we were talking about racism, I would be having the same conversation with them. And have you not ever heard white people talk about racism? They don't see it. They don't think what they're saying is racist. They don't, you know what I mean? A lot of them don't, they're not actively out here on some like, I hate Negros. Like, that ain't how most of them get down. Most of them think they aren't racist, right? Ask a white person, are they racist? Donald Trump don't think he racist. They don't know what the fuck racism looks like. Men don't know what misogyny looks like. But this is what it looks like. It looks like you excusing the man for abusing your sister, but while simultaneously vilifying your sister's actions.
I didn't excuse him.
You did.
Because I know how my sister handles her situation.
But you did. But see, you're still doing it though. You're vilifying her. She was reacting to being abused.
Let me explain.
Okay.
I heard it all. Saw it. We didn't get involved because. Okay, listen. He abused him, right, by cheating, right?
He abused her.
Right?
He abused her.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He abused her by cheating, right?
Mm-hmm.
By 30 minutes to 45 minutes, that nigga had 2 black eyes.
So?
My sister didn't need me to step in at that moment.
I didn't say she did.
He didn't hit her back now because she was at the house by herself. She didn't need me to step in right then and there.
I didn't say, no. This is not about you. Hold on, sir. I just want you to know this. Hold on. This is not about what.
Asking her why she did it.
This is not about what. This is not about how you reacted. I don't care about that at all. I'm talking about right now in 2024, whenever this happened, right? You never took the time to fully process what happened. Instead, you instantly, in your mind, the default position is, oh, I need to blame this woman. Even if she's my sister, I'm going to hold her responsible. She didn't need to do that. Like, I'm not even saying she needed to do it, but I'm saying it is reasonable. That is a reasonable reaction. It really is. For a woman, I'll be honest with you. If a man gets cheated on and he wants to attack a woman physically, I would understand that reaction. I'm not saying that if he does it, I'll be like, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying I would understand him wanting to do it because the level of disrespect, the level of abuse, it is is very abusive. It is a very abusive situation. I get it. But men are, most of the time we're stronger, yada, 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 all that stuff, right? Like, don't hit a woman, yada, yada, yada. I get the like reflex to be like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get that angry. Cool. I get that. I totally understand that. On the flip side, because everything ain't a one-to-one, I also understand a woman reacting that way to a man cheating on her. Say, I understand that. Not to say that that she's right. You're right. I'm not saying that, but is it rational? It's rational. It's not out of the question. It's not like, man, that's crazy. I just can't understand why she would do it. If I told that story, I would say my sister got cheated on. This dude abused her and she reacted by whooping his ass. That is how I would tell that story. And if you tell the story that way, how do you think most people would respond to it?
They wouldn't bat an eyelash. They'd be like, well. Exactly.
But if you tell the story the way you told it, she just got beat a bitch nigga syndrome. How do you expect? Aren't people gonna expect respond differently? Thanks.
Okay, that's my fault for telling the story that way. But
yeah,
I explained it the best way I could, bro. So let me ask you this: if you were me in that situation, what should you have done? Because it's a whole lot of comments talking about some, you didn't stay.
I'm not even talking about the comments. I don't even care.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't have any problem with how you handled it. I don't have your sister blacked his eye. She didn't need your protection in that moment. If both of them, if she needed you, you would have stepped up, but she didn't leave you. I mean, she didn't need you. Cool. I'm not even, your actions are fine with me. I don't care. Right? Fine. But I'm just saying, telling the story moving forward, that's crazy telling that story in that way on your sister. Because here's what I'm saying. You tell me that story, I talk to your sister tomorrow and I go, hey, your brother told me about how you black that nigga eyes like that. Why you do that? You tripping. You think she gonna be like, that's cool? Or she gonna be like, what? That nigga cheated on me.
She would have laughed, bro.
She would, but she also, if I was trying to like dog her for it, trust me, but she wouldn't keep laughing. She would be like, what? That nigga cheated on me. He's a fucking cheater. That's why I did that. And I would be like, oh, well, he didn't tell me that. He left that part out. Like, that's important. You got to mention that. That's all I'm saying. Our default as men is to defend the patriarchy. Our default. Whether you want to or whether you think you're doing it, whether you want to do it, whether it's intentional, unintentional, whatever that is beside the point. Our default is to protect the patriarchy. And this is a way that we do it. Like having these conversations on a day-to-day, because you've told that story 1,000 times to 1,000 different people, I'm sure. And no, I mean, you just got online and told it to like 500 people. So I'm sure you've told it to you've at least told it to 500 people in this moment.
Say 270 right here.
Yeah, and I'm on YouTube too, and there's 270 over here. Yeah. So it's over 500 people combined. And this is a light day. So you just told 200 some people, and it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be thousands of people are going to see this eventually. And you just told this story to thousands of people, right? And the way you initially presented it was very misleading. That's all I'm saying. Very misleading.
Well, it's my apologies for presenting it in that way.
I respect that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know that that's where I'm coming from, though. Just so you know, like, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not like jumping to these conclusions about you like falsely or whatever. That's not about that. I'm just being honest. Like, our default as men is to protect and uphold the patriarchy. That's what it is. And that's why women need men. At the end of the day, that's why women don't need men, because the vast majority of men want to uphold the patriarchy, which is oppressive to women. So they don't need us. So if you remove us, they're free. As long as we're there, they are oppressed. Right?
I appreciate your point of view on that, man. You cleared up some things for me. I had questions. You pretty much cleared up for me. I appreciate that.
Okay. Thanks for coming up, fam.
For sure. I'll be in the comments.
Yes, sir. Cali girl, what's good?
What's good?
Chilling. You said that women need men?
I mean, we don't need men that lie, but in order for us to exist, in order to have humanity, we do need men.
No, I'm not talking about, I didn't say do humans need men to exist. I said do women need men?
So, I am going further. I'm just saying to exist, we need men. So,
yeah. So remove that from it.
Superficial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remove that from it. Do women need men? Like, do you need a man? Does your mom need a man? Does your auntie need a man? Like, do women that are already here breathing on the earth, do they need men?
So, I have always seen it in that. So, how can I say?
I think it's a yes or no question at this point.
Yeah. So, do I believe that I was always so? Do I believe you can exist without a woman can exist without the man? Yes, I do believe that could occur. I believe that we could live our lives without the opposite species.
Do women's lives get better or worse if you remove men from the equation?
Actually, it's a proven statistic that women live longer.
Mm-hmm.
Women thrive. There's less stress without. So there's a difference, right? If a man is married to a woman, their lives actually
increase. Yep. Mm-hmm. I know all those numbers. Yep.
They're better.
Yep.
And when a woman is married to a man, usually our lives are worse. In fact, when you do see women that live longer lives, they're usually widows or single.
Yep.
So yeah, women do better without men. Yes, it's a proven fact.
Okay. So women don't need men.
Again.
It seems like you already know the answer. Why don't you? It's cool. You can just say, yeah, it's fine.
I've always had my father in life. I was married, my mom, dad. Like, I don't want to, that sounds sad to say it that way, but if you want to say it that way, that's your way.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why?
I mean, I believe that, I'm an old lady, by the way, so I'm 41, and I just believe that this is like a really sad existence.
Wait, you're an old lady?
Yeah.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
I'm older than you.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that it's pretty sad now. I think about my children and just the way that it is now, where we do constantly have these sexist battles, and we just can't. It seems like it's getting worse. Like, I hate to turn on the news. I hate to look at different outlets. You always see.
But what's the relevancy of that, though? It sucks. It sucks, but it's a reality, though, right? Like, I get that it sucks.
It's a reality.
Yeah.
I see it. In fact, the death rate of women really has not went down since COVID. The domestic violence and, men killing women, Black women every 4 hours. It's still occurring. But what I'm saying is, I wish we didn't have these conversations. I wish that we could be better. I wish that it could go back, or we could work on working together.
Why don't you want to have this conversation? Why isn't this conversation how we get to the place you want to get to? Like, how do we get there without having the conversations? You think we're just going to wake up one day and it's going to all be cured?
Okay, so yeah, I'm not like la 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 Papa Smurf, exactly. I get what you're saying, it's just sad that this is where it has come to, right? So like, if I turn on TikTok, it's a constant reminder of Black women, it's like, why are Black women single? Why are, like, it's a constant put down of my ethnicity. I'm a Black woman, and it's just, that's all I'm saying. It's sad. It's just,
but that's not existence. I know, but that's not this conversation. We don't need to have those conversations. I agree. But this conversation is the opposite of that conversation, right? I'm not putting down Black women or women in general in this conversation. I don't even think I'm putting down men, to be honest with you.
I don't create
that space at all. I'm just saying, if I'm turned on another TikTok channel, that is what is occurring. You are creating a space where you're trying to educate the opposite sex. So I do see that.
Mhm.
What I was saying was, it is sad that we came to this. I don't remember this 20 years ago. I don't remember these conversations. I just don't.
You don't?
Never had them.
Do you remember the movie Waiting to Exhale?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You don't remember what black men were saying about it back then?
No, but I do remember us making fun of that one line where it's like, he's a good man, Savannah, and she was being abused.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, that's in the movie. So we were having those conversations back then. You remember The Color Purple, what black men were saying about Color Purple. We've been having these conversations for a long time. Are they amplified online? Absolutely. Absolutely. But are they the same conversations? Yep. Same conversation. They just were, it was harder to, it wasn't, like I said, they weren't as amplified. Like, you just didn't see that many of them happening all the time. Like, it wasn't like that. It was like, like you would see one here. Also, online, the thing that online creates is a level of autonomy, right? Because I don't know what 1804 hustler looks like in real life, right? I mean, you guys know what I would look like because my face is on here every day. But like, I don't know what you look like in real life. I hear your voice, but I don't know anonymity. That's the word. Yeah, I said autonomy. I mean anonymity. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I feel you. So but also, yeah, anyways. Got you. So you could say the things that you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like people can get away with saying more, more of those troublesome thoughts. They could say it more because they don't have to deal with like the face-to-face, reactions or whatever. And I'm not saying like if a man was having that conversation with you, he would fear you like harming him or something like that. I'm not saying that, but he definitely doesn't want you to know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want you to be able, because men are masking him. A lot of people are masking online, but people, they don't want to know who they really are. So they're hiding who they are constantly, right? All the time. That's what I'm saying. So of course you wouldn't hear this in real life. Of course you wouldn't hear a bunch of men just openly say, I don't like women. Right? Of course you wouldn't hear that. Of course you wouldn't hear a man say, the body count discussion, women's body counts are more, they hold more weight than male body counts or whatever. And it's okay for men to have 100 partners, but if a woman has 3, then she's a 304. Like, of course a man isn't going to say that to your face, but he'll ask you some stuff that will be a red flag for you to pick up on that. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I see. Right? Like, so that's, men, we're just masking more, but the conversations have been being had, and the ideology, more importantly, has been there for forever. There is I got a video on my page, but there is a video from the late 60s, I think like 1968, if I'm not mistaken. There's a black woman, and she's a reporter, and she does like she interviews like a lot of her friends that are around her age, black men and black women, and they're saying the exact same shit that these dudes be saying right now. Black women are combative. The white man done turned them against us, and they have castrated us, and that's verbatim. That's what the dude said. The black woman has castrated the black man, and all of that shit. Like, men have been saying the same thing. Go listen to the James Earl Jones interview when he had that white woman up there, and he was talking, and he was like, "Yeah, the black woman is like." Go listen to that shit, man. They've been saying the same shit. They've been saying the same shit forever. It's nothing new. Nothing new. Women have been saying the same things about men from 100 years ago. and men have been saying the same things about women for 100 years. Like, it's the same thing. It's just, you're just seeing it online, and it looks different, right? Because the way that people are saying it, but it's been pretty much the same conversation forever.
I understand. I like I said, I do enjoy listening and guess now it's so prominent, just makes me sad. That's all.
Yeah.
And for people that said I have a degenerate sons, that's a little weird. I don't have any daughters. Yeah, I'm reading the comments. I do not have any daughters.
This is what I'm gonna make y'all do. Hold on. This is what I'm gonna make y'all do. From now on, when you come up here, y'all got to turn y'all comments off because I am talking to you and you are reading the comments. And I think that's rude to me. And then you respond to them as if I know what you're talking about. Like, I didn't say any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't thought that about you. I haven't said any of this stuff. If you want to respond to the comments, you can just do it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking to you, right? Like, I think that's rude because we're having a conversation and you're like talking to them. It's like, are you care more about them or you care about what I'm saying right now? Because I'm talking to you. But go ahead. If you go finish. I'm listening.
As I said, I'm done. I think your point is valid, and I apologize.
You're good. But I hear you though. Go ahead, 1804 Hustler.
Yo. I'm have my camera on because you have some people in the comments. But
Y'all go with them comments again.
No. I wanted to ask you a couple questions though. By the way, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day, man.
I am, broski. Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. But I just wanted to ask you, right, based off the second question or the question, what do women need men for? Right? I've been on. I think this probably my third or fourth time being on your live, and I heard you. Saying that you're married and everything, what I'm saying, a family man. So I just wanted to ask you, based off that question, like, what do you think, honestly, your wife needs you for?
Nothing.
Or do you think she doesn't need you at all?
She doesn't.
Or why do you think so?
I don't think it. I know it.
Okay, why do you know so?
Because she is a completely independent human being that can function on her own at a high level with or without me. If anything, I've been slowing her down a little bit, unfortunately. I ain't gonna even hold you.
I really come on here sometimes. All the time that I do come on here, it's not really coming from a perspective of trying to criticize or trying to be combative of what you displaying. It's really more of just trying to get a level of understanding. You feel me? So in my perspective, I feel as if we need each other.
Why? For what?
Men and women.
So do it individually. Well, start with, what do women need men for?
Okay, I'm just gonna go based off the experiences that I had. So first and foremost, I think when it comes to
they told me to remove. Hey, us, I think it's because you driving. They telling me to drop you, bro. So you gotta cut your camera off. I'm gonna drop you. Come back up and cut your camera off. Yeah, come back up and cut your camera off. I think you should be good. They know you're driving. You gotta cut the camera off. They gave me a long ass message. That motherfucker was like a whole paragraph. I had to. I'm like, goodness. Oh damn, I didn't mean to do that. How did that happen? Go ahead, hustler. When you get
my bad about
no, you good.
Yeah, but so from my experience, I think from once you're living with someone, you really get to see if you are being needed, or if you're needed or not, right? I've lived with the mother of my kids before, and I feel like when it comes to holding up a household, I wouldn't necessarily say it's not coming from I'm needed as far as you can't do it without me. It's more so of it's a partnership,
But you got to tell me specifically, what do women need men for? because here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, bro. The thing about this is the reason why I'm not starting with what do men need women for, because that's easy, right? I bet you if I asked you that question, you can name 5 things right now that we all would be like, yep. But when I ask you, what do you,
as far as what men need women for?
Mhm.
Okay.
What do men need women for? Which I'm not asking you. I'm just saying that I believe that if I asked you that, you would have a way easier time answering that question, right? You wouldn't give me this whole rigmarole. You got to set up the story. Like you would just be like, blah, 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 right? Like boom, 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 boom. This is what we need them for. Cool. But then when I ask you, what do women need men for? You go, well, in my scenario, like now it's like, bro, get to it. Like, what do women need men for? Tell us what it is.
Well, when you break it down in that sense, like I said, I always come up here, trying to get info and try to get educated. So when you break it down in that sense, they always say, women are more wiser, more stronger. They just better. And I have learned that when women are single and they thriving and they ain't got a man that's kind of holding them back, they're more free. There's no blocking. There's no wall. There's no well, you got to do it this way. You got to do it that way. It's they can make their own decisions, and the decisions that they make are far much better than what a decision a man would make. So in that sense, yeah, I would change up my perspective and say that I really don't know what a woman need a man for in that sense. Then
they don't.
You would have to I'm thinking of more of a, okay, well, hey, the physical aspect as far as being a protector, being a provider. I will go in that route because that's what I was.
That's what men are. Yeah, men are brain. Look, men cannot claim protection they're providing when men set up the system to where women need men for protection, and historically they needed men for providing.
Gotcha.
If you removed those, if men stopped attacking women, then they wouldn't need us for protection. If men created an equitable society and didn't restrict women based on the fact that they have a vagina, they wouldn't need men to provide, right? And they don't need men to provide for them now. But I'm saying, like, even if you wanted to say that they did, even in the days when they did, that's the reason why they did. They didn't need it because they couldn't do it. They needed it because they were restricted, right, by men. So men set the problem up. We can't be the cause. We can't be the cause and the cure, right? We can't be the predator and the protectors. It doesn't make sense. So women actually don't need men for anything that I can think of, but I can think of a ton of shit that men need women for. And when men don't have access to women,
give me an example. Give me an example.
Sex.
So you don't think it's an equal? I mean, you don't think it's equal on the opposite end? You don't think it's equal for women to need men for sex?
How many men do you know have been celibate for a year, 2 years, 3 years?
And not a lot, but I mean, it's they out there. They out there.
I know tons of women that, like, I talk to my wife. We have these conversations, just like married couples have conversations like this. I don't know about y'all, but like, and she'll be like, yeah, if you and I weren't together, she was like, yeah, I don't think I would like ever date another man again. Like, I could see myself like not dating another man again, like stuff like that. And I believe, like, she ain't just saying that to gas me up. She's like,
how so? Like, how?
Because they don't like us. Because we don't do nothing for them. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It has to be the men that's really ain't really, they not being men.
Bro. The average man.
Bro. Not even about that. Hey, they got there's a site out there, and it's a bunch of females that have been married, women that have been married, and I'm telling you, they'll tell you to a person, you know what, they were in relationships, and when those relationships ended, they were happy. They were like, you know what, I hate to make it sound like this, but I'm happy. I'm no longer, with this man, taking care of him, because they didn't need the same things that man needs, just like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Women, it's a different level with them. They're men. A lot of us are surface. We're on the surface, and they're not. And they can definitely survive without us.
I think women would thrive without. Well, I know women would thrive without us. Where men wouldn't. Like if we lost women, even if we were to survive, it would be bedlam. You know what I'm saying? But if women didn't have men, they would thrive. Like it would go beyond survival. They would be fucking thriving. Go ahead, 4B. Hold on, let me read this super chat real quick. Beast Gliso said, men are XY, women are XX. It seems pretty obvious to me that a Y chromosome is just an X chromosome with something missing from it. They be cooking us with that XY shit. Go ahead. Go ahead, 4B.
Okay, thank you. So I was wanting to mention based off of the topic and the background and stuff, where it says men cannot survive without women. That is actually true, unless you're able to get an artificial womb or something like that for your children to be carried in. That would be the only way that you would be able to say that men don't need women.
Well,
now,
I'm not talking about for
women,
not for children though, because that it would go both ways for children, right? I'm saying.
No, actually, it doesn't. That's what I was getting at. Women can we actually have technology now where we can create embryos from bone marrow. We do not need the Y chromosome, period.
Yeah.
It would end up basically creating an Amazonian type of a community, and there would be no need for men.
See, when she say that takes away the natural creativity of what God made.
No,
wait, y'all. Wait. I want to be clear. Time out. I want to be very clear. Outside of child rearing, because that is for humanity, not for the humans that are already here, right? So if you want to have kids, that's different. But I'm saying men that are here, women that are here, men need women, but women don't need men. So remove having children from the situation.
So either way, that's still true. I mean, we don't need men. I mean, I've been celibate for 8 years by choice. I have no interest whatsoever in being in a relationship with a man, woman, or anybody. Seriously, like I have no interest. I'm much happier without the additional complications of any kind of a relationship like that in my life. I've gotten further in my life without it. And ever since I actually stopped dating people and everything, I also have a lot more money now.
No, that makes sense. I thought women don't be spending money on men, though. That's what they always be. They always be saying women don't be spending their money on men. I was like, I don't know what y'all be talking about. All the women I know be tricking.
When you have to end up footing the bill and like making up the difference of something somebody's not bringing into the household and everything, it makes it a really difficult situation.
So I just want to quickly pick up on what she said, just so I can be clear in my response. Were you referring to men and women not needing men in order to like give birth or to conceive?
Women do not need men to procreate. Men, however, do currently need women to procreate.
So this is where that's where I was saying to the whole technology thing. It has taken away from what the nature basic of it. Like men and women are.
But you also brought religion in.
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on, let him finish.
Religion. I don't want to bring no religion into it because religion and that goes into beyond. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sticking to men. What I was taught was men and women get together, have a baby. Not technology now can create that such baby.
So imagine having this conversation before the Wright brothers flew the first plane, right? And you know, somebody talking about human beings flying. Like, what the fuck does technology have to do? And like, technology supersedes nature all the time. Why is this any different? You drive a car, you driving a car right now. You're not supposed to be able to go 180 miles an hour, sir. But here you are in a vehicle that where you can go 180 miles an hour. You drive 60 miles an hour. So don't use that. That's not, who cares? Why does it only matter conveniently when it's like removing men's, when it removes the need for men? Now it's, oh, see, nature. Oh man, that's against nature. Like,
see, what I'm trying to understand, and I forgive me for being lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. What I'm trying to understand is what is the whole narrative behind men not being needed?
But why do what the whole narrative? Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Real quick, I got you for it, but I'm gonna let you out, I promise. I just want to point this out. When we started to have this conversation, I thought you were understanding. That is the narrative is the truth. It's not a narrative, it's the truth. What do women need men for? Let's go back. What do women need men for? If you can answer that question, then I will concede to you.
Can we just stick on the whole procreation?
Nope.
Or you just take it?
I don't care about procreation, because procreation
is the most important thing.
It's not. You're here. You need to eat. You need to drink. Trust me, procreation is not the most important thing. Huh?
How did I get here?
You got here, sir. You're already here. What does procreation have to do with you surviving? Nothing.
I'm asking you, how did I get here?
I understand what you're asking me. I'm telling you that is irrelevant to you surviving. You need to eat. You need clothes. You need shelter. You need water. That's what you need right now. You need that stuff. You don't need to procreate, though. You don't need to do that. So I'm saying, once again, what do women need men for? Because women don't need men for babies necessarily. And what I'm saying is because what if they don't want to have a fucking baby? See what I'm saying? Like, so let's remove let's remove having children, because without that you have nothing. That's the point. That's why you want to go back to that. Without that, you don't have nothing else to say, right? And that wouldn't be the thing that proves that men need women. Because here's what I'm saying. Hear me out. If the only thing you got is women need men to have babies, right? Then why don't we just set it up in such a way that if a woman wants to have a baby, she can go down to a clinic, and you know, some men will just masturbate in a cup. Oh, they have that already. It's a fucking sperm bank. You see what I'm saying? So what do women need men for? Let's get back to that. What do women need men for? What?
The sperm is still coming from a man.
We understand that, sir. I've already acknowledged that. So what do they, beyond your sperm, what do they need you for? If is that all you got? Is sperm? Okay, then what do maybe Rick can answer the question.
This is what I can say. I can say what I can provide for a woman.
Nope. I can. I want you to tell me, what do women need men for? That's what I want. I want you to tell me, how do men make women's lives?
I can only say what I can provide, like, you know, what I can bring to the table, what I can offer.
And she don't need it.
Well, then, hey, you know what? Somebody will.
Nobody needs it. No woman needs it.
Nah, I don't know. I don't believe that.
Okay, so the only women that would need the things that you're describing are homeless women. So unless you're talking about an unhoused individual, then what the fuck are we talking about? If you could, let's stick to the majority of women, right? The majority of women who already have jobs, who already provide for themselves, who already protect themselves. What do they need 1804 Hustler for?
the same thing that they can provide, I can provide it. I can two is better than one. So it's like, okay.
Hold on, I got a question. I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Every single time you have smacks, do you get to do you finish?
Not all the time.
What percentage of the time do you not get to finish?
Realistically,
almost never.
I'm gonna keep it above. I'm gonna keep it above with you. I'm gonna keep it a stack. When I was a youngin, when I was like in my teenage years, of course that was the goal. But now me being older, it's not. That's not the
Sir, this is crazy. 99% of the time when you have smacks, you busting a nut. Like, please, let's be real. Let's just be honest. Like, let's not. Unless you practicing semen retention, 99% of the time.
Sometimes you do though. Sometimes
I never do. So don't say you do. I would never practice that shit.
But you're not understanding the reason behind that. Sometimes when you
I've read up on it. It's dumb as fuck.
Okay, not really. No.
Super stupid. Super dumb. But anyways, I don't believe in that. So but beyond you, let's hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on. And here's why I don't like having these conversations. Sir, if it ain't you, let's just talk about. I hate personalizing it because when I do, y'all conveniently are the magical nigga who it don't apply to, right? When I know good and goddamn well, the vast majority of men would just say, yeah, I bust almost every single time I have smacks, right? Cool. Okay, cool. Just say that then. Why say all that other shit? Just say that. That's the point. So
because I'm being realistic.
That's not realistic. Realistic is I bust the vast majority of the time that I have smacks. Fine, that's realistic. So now, what percentage of the time do you think women get that same or afforded that same opportunity or privilege?
And I'm gonna give you the honest answer. It depends on the guy, his education, of knowing what's the purpose. It depends. For me, I don't come into the. But let me answer.
Irrelevant.
Okay, go ahead.
It's irrelevant to what I'm saying, sir. The easy answer. Hold on. These are just easy yes and no's, black and whites, whatever. The vast majority of women don't. Right? The vast majority of women don't.
Hey, that's because she's not dealing with.
Sir, I don't care why. I'm telling you what happens. You don't need to add a caveat to that. I'm saying.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I see where you're coming from.
They're not busting, right? We are. So you have a dynamic where 99% of men, when they lay down with a woman, they busting. And you have a dynamic where 70 to 75% of women, when they lay down, they're not. And you're telling me, so they don't need us. Hold on. So they don't need us. Huh?
Is that like real numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
What percentage of women do you think are actually busting?
I would say more than 50.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
But that's hold on. That's an education. Hold on. I'm just guessing. I'm not going based off of research or nothing like that. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you an educated guess. That's it.
That's not educated.
That's not educated.
That's not an educated guess.
I'm just giving you
you just guessing though. I got you.
I'm just guessing.
Okay. Let me read these super chats before I move on because this is crazy. Nigel said, all 4 of my aunts were and are happily married. 3 husbands have passed. They all tell me they would never do it. Ishnock said his brain is being powered by batteries. It's being powered by batteries. Hold on, wait. I'm almost done. A and B said it's not technology, it's parthenogenesis, where an egg can be fertilized and grow without male fertilizer. Skeet, she said. HK said the Christians' God thought Adam, who was immortal, needed a woman to make it in paradise. Tanthres said the tribe of women in Amuja Uaso, Kenya, that have lived voluntarily without men since 1990 would like to have a word. Yeah, and they only let the men's in so they could have babies. That's it. To Nigel said, I know he be quick pumping his way to women's block list. All right, go ahead. God damn, man.
Piggyback on what 4B Global was saying. If you can picture a world, right? This world without no men, you, me, no men at all. If you have a son, nothing at all, just women.
Mm-hmm.
What would that world be like?
I'm gonna let the women ask that.
Paradise.
Yeah.
It would be so freaking peaceful and quiet. We wouldn't have to worry about whether or not we were going to get unalived, SH, anything like that, walking down the street, going to our car in the parking lot,
cheated on,
not walking through a dark alley. We wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay. Now, when it comes to in that world, would you want to get pregnant? Like how would that work? And also speaking on what you said as far as the technology and all that, like how would that work as far as not making sure you're not having a son, you just only having daughters, like how would that, like I'm just trying to picture.
No, that's not how it works. But wait, wait, y'all. I got a question for you, 1804. Maybe this will help us. What do you think the world would look like for black people if white tea people didn't exist?
That's different.
No, it's not. It's not. What do you think the world would look? Just answer the question though. What do you think the world would look like?
We would be on the highest of highs.
Okay.
Like, it will be probably most likely, well, for sure, less crime.
Yep.
More higher education,
mm-hmm.
better health, like everything. Like there probably would be no diseases, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Can I?
Wait. I got to ask him one more thing. I'm almost. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, so with that being said,
yeah.
Why do you think that would be the case for black people if white tea people weren't here? What is the dynamic there?
Based off history.
No, I'm saying, but what is the dynamic there though? Why would that be the case though? Like, who are white tea people to black people in this scenario?
Shit. For me, they the ones that put us as far as.
So they're our oppressors, right? There are our oppressors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Most definitely.
Okay, so are men not women's oppressors?
I'm not disputing that.
Hold on, but wait, but sir, don't please just if y'all would just participate in what I'm doing instead of trying to argue, this will go way better.
No, I'm not trying to argue.
Okay, then just listen to what I'm saying and respond to what I'm saying, because I'm asking you the thing for a reason, right? So if white people are our oppressor, right? Our oppressors. And that's why if you remove them from the situation, you believe that black people would thrive, then how is it not the same for women and men? That's what I wanted you to understand. The
Got you.
right?
Okay.
So how is it different? That's what I want to know.
It's not much different.
Okay, then there you go. That's the thing. And that's why this conversation should not be that hard for men to understand.
I was relating to men and women. But what you were just relating to is more so of
oppressors and the oppressed, men and women, aka oppressors and the oppressed.
Okay, so in that limelight, it would still have men involved. Us black men, we will still be here. I'm speaking of in the sense of removing men. Period. White, black is like nothing. Like no men at all. Your son, your grandfather, your dad, like.
How are you still arguing this when you don't understand that I completely know and get these two concepts and you don't, and that's why you're still saying what you're saying. And it should have been just really easy because I literally walked you to the point and you're now intentionally like, no, it's different. It's not. It's the same fucking thing.
I'm just trying to see it like visually. Like
you can't see it. You can't. Are you telling me right now that you can't see?
No. I can't look. I can't see a world without my father being in it. I can't see a world without my grandfather. I'm talking about great men. Yeah. Shit, we come.
Hold on. Is this the same great man that you told me would disown you if you painted your fingernails?
See, but the thing is, it ain't about disowning. It's not. No.
Come on, 1804. That's not a great father. I'm sorry.
Time out. When the whole fingernail thing.
Wait, did you just tell me to time out? Seriously?
No. I wasn't.
I'm trying to get back to the topic of the conversation and answer your question, and you just keep on going. You're like the Energizer Bunny.
Well, I'll mute you. I'll mute myself. I wasn't speaking to you when I was saying time out. I was speaking to.
Okay, I got you. I hear you. Okay, so go ahead, 4B.
Okay, so in regards to the question that you had asked about the chromosomes and whether or not you would be able to have a son or anything like that based on that technology I was talking about with bone marrow, your Y chromosome and X chromosomes are automatically determined by the swimmers when they go into the canal to fertilize the egg. Without the Y chromosome being present, you cannot have male.
Okay.
Which means from your bone marrow, if you're taking it from your bone marrow, regardless whatever the mother's chromosome variation is or whatever, that's what that chromosomal variation is going to be for that child.
Okay. So I want to let everybody that's new here, Tara and Shan and Breezy, go ahead, Tara. I need for them to get their words in real quick before we open it back up. Good.
Answer the question, if that's okay.
You want to answer the question? Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
No. I wanted to ask a question.
Oh, you got a question now? Okay, cool. Ask a question.
It's something I heard and I hear it all the time, and I feel like we gloss over it, and it kind of correlates what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say that women who are childless and single are happiest, right? Out of any demographic, women who are single, who no children, are the happiest. Why do you think those women are so happy?
Are you asking me, or you want somebody else to answer?
I wanted
1804.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. 1804. You can answer that.
What was the question?
Oh shit.
No, I got it.
Okay.
All right. So because you talking about why women need men and all this other stuff, right? And two is better. Because two would be better if you paying bills, right? But even still, women who are single and childless is much happier than any other demographic of people. Why do you think that is?
A woman that's single and childless is much better.
Happier. She's happier.
She's happier.
Mm-hmm.
I would think because she doesn't have she's not babying nobody. She's not having to. In most cases, having to tell someone what to do, how to do it, it's all her. She's living for her. She's not living for anything else but her. She's not having to satisfy. She's not having to satisfy. She's not having to meet someone's requirement.
So there's your answer right there. You know the answer.
I'm not disputing the answer.
No. You ain't got to come back. I'm just stating. They're going to answer.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I got you.
All right. Let me read the super chat. Ishnok said, I have been celibate for 5.5 years. Best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I'm happier, achieve goals that I set for myself, save money for retirement. I travel. Perfect life, I swear. Hey, man, shout out to GV. I know he banned, but I'm going to give him his props on this one. When he be lying and saying that he don't care about women and stuff like that, on some real stuff, if more men did that, like if more men were walking around talking about, yeah, I'm celibate, I don't even, I'll be focusing on bettering myself and woody woo woo, society would be way better. And I'm not talking about involuntarily celibate. If men actively chose to be celibate and like worked on themselves, they will be way more successful.
Have you ever tried celibacy?
Huh?
Have you ever tried it?
Fuck no. Why would I? Why do I need to try celibacy, nigga? I've got a wife.
Why would you try to advocate men to, you feel me? Like, wow.
But you're missing the point. Why would I do, sir? I don't need, everything doesn't need to apply to me for it to be true for most men. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I can remove myself from a situation and also put myself in a situation if need be. This is a time when I can remove myself and be like, well, I don't necessarily need to be celibate. But okay, if I were single, would I be celibate? I would be celibate. Like right now, like if I don't know how long I would be celibate. I'm not saying like I'll be celibate for 10 years, nothing like that, but I would be celibate for a good amount, like it would take me a while until I felt healed up and, you know, whatever. That's one thing that I learned from my past relationship, you know, getting into a new relationship was like, you need time. You need to really take your time and like, you know what I mean? Like really process stuff and figure stuff out and yada, yada, yada. And now I'm old enough, I'm mature enough, I believe, to do that. Right. But yeah, I didn't do that when I was 23 years old. No, I didn't do that when I was 23 years old. But should I have done it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, Shenanigans.
Okay.
Sorry, it took me a minute to get to the mute button. Yeah, I think that when looking at this question, you can't look at it as like, you know, we're gonna literally go around and round up all the men and get rid of them, because then like you have that 1804 response that like, oh, I can't imagine a world without my dad and my grand. Like, yeah, we all have men in our lives, or most of us have men in our lives that we love and care about. The question is more thinking about it from like obviously a more philosophical standpoint, like in general, what like can women exist without men, and will they be better off for it? And the answer, if you're being honest and removing your emotions from it and not thinking about like your dad or your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, the answer is yes. The honest answer is just yes. Like, obviously that doesn't mean, all right, we're coming for your husband today, we're about to go get your son and take him off the earth. No. But yeah, if you're looking at like, and public talks about this all the time, like, are men a net positive or a net negative on society as a collective, not individually? And as a collective, it has been a net negative. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, men can't survive without women. And that's proven in so many different ways, but also just on its baseline, women have not been a net negative on society for anybody. Like, as a collective, we just haven't. So that's the reason why men will have a much harder time surviving without women, because women don't threaten y'all's safety. We don't threaten your lives in the same way that you do with us. And so a lot of times y'all think like, oh, well, if you take men off the earth, who's going to protect you? We won't need as much protection.
Also, women don't disturb our peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all that, like, be my peace and shit. Like, women don't disturb our peace. They make our lives more peaceful most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So beyond the, like, they not trying to unalive us. And, you know, like, because, you know, they going to say, well, I ain't trying to unalive nobody. Like, okay, cool. But do you bring peace to a woman? Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. Most men bring anxiety and STDs, STIs, I mean, to the, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really bringing fucking, like, you're not stabilizing her life. Her life is unstable because of you. I almost guarantee you. Like, if there, go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's the hard part, because I think that's what Tara was getting at. That like the happiest demographic of women are single and childless. But crazy enough, the next happiest are women who are mothers but are still single at the same time. Like the least happy people on this earth are women who are in relationships and cohabitating with men.
With kids.
Yeah, with kids and with men. But like even women with kids come second.
No, I'm saying married women with kids, they're the least happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're the last.
What's the percentage you would say? What's the percentage?
Of what?
I don't know the percentage. I'm just saying there's an order.
I would need a percentage.
Why?
I would need a percentage.
You need a reason to.
Why would you need a percentage?
No. Listen. I say that.
What is?
Let me finish.
I say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the order of who's happiest to unhappiest. You have the happiest people being women who are childless and single, and then you have the most unhappy women being ones who are married with children. That says everything. And a lot of times y'all think like, oh, these single women are so miserable. The misery a lot of times comes with you.
Yeah.
And I know that it's hard for a lot of y'all to accept that.
Not me.
Misery isn't in being single. The misery comes when she's trying to maintain a relationship with one of you. That's that's when the depression kicks in.
Yep.
When you're single, the most thing you might have to worry about is sometimes you might get a little lonely and sometimes you might get a little horny. But both of those are easily solved.
That's right. Because y'all be having them little devices that be shaped like this, or
because
little
the times that I be on here,
when the devices be going like this.
Y'all be giving facts with with numbers.
Can you please?
So that's the only reason why I asked for a percentage.
Right, but we're literally on a panel talking about how women don't need men, but men need women. Yet you're asking a bunch of women to go do the work for you.
No. I can do the work for me. I can do work for myself. Like I don't need you to do it. You know.
I want Breezy. I need Breezy to get in here, y'all. We gotta let Breezy get in here. He been up here patiently waiting. Go ahead, Breezy.
What's up with it, bro?
Chilling, man.
Man, I don't know if it's already been spoken on, but
it has been.
So I'm gonna say it again anyway.
All right, bet.
I don't know how long ago it was, but if you're on TikTok, a lot, Facebook, whatever, it was a video. They did I don't want to say it was like an experiment or what it was, but they put 15 to 20 men on one side of the island.
Oh yeah, we already talked about that. That shit is stupid. Yeah, that shit is stupid. It was made for TV. They got another one where they did. If you've seen the other experiment where they put the little girls in a house and they put the little boys in a house, and the little girls did better than the little boys. Who cares?
And the women were in shambles.
Yeah, who cares? Irrelevant.
But it says men can't survive without women.
Yeah, right? That's stupid. That was a group of women versus a group of men on television. That's like saying Maury Povich proves. In general, I'm telling you that what you're trying to, Breezy, that scenario that you are trying to use as a way to make a broader point about women in general doesn't fly. That's what I'm telling you. In general, it doesn't fly.
Here's the thing. In general, if women were put in that position, would they be able to survive?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you serious?
You wouldn't be in the position of a deserted island. I think that's the part that you're confused with. That was for a TV show. We're talking about the world as it is, as it exists. We're not on a deserted island. We have houses.
Okay. We're in the city, right? We're in the city. We're not in the country. Okay, your basic everyday functions like the electrical grid, construction, all that is being done by me.
Women can figure that out.
How many women are in those fields?
Do you know when women were actually allowed to be brought into the workforce so that they could even get a foot into being able to do any of that kind of stuff?
Okay, now
that's what you got to think about.
I'm glad you said that.
You got to think about that.
I'm glad you said that. Why? Because for the last 50 years, right? Women have had the choice of jobs that they wanted, right?
No.
Why they not doing construction?
No, they haven't.
Why they not doing electricity?
Why don't black people do construction, Breezy? Why aren't there more black electricians? Are we stupid? Can we not do the job? We don't want the jobs. Black people don't want to be electricians. Black people don't want to get in construction.
There's black electricians and
there are very few. Stop.
I have never seen one.
Time out. What percentage of construction workers are black people? Black men specifically. What percentage?
I'm pretty sure that it's not the same ratio.
What do you mean?
Black to I guess you could say Hispanic, right?
No, I'm asking you. What percentage of that workforce do we make up? That's all I'm asking you. What do you think?
Small percentage.
It's like 6%. We make up 15% of the population. We make up 6% of construction workers. It's not because black people are stupid. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It ain't because we're dumb. It ain't because black men don't want to work construction. It ain't because black women don't want to work construction. It's because the people who hold the keys block us the fuck out. Like with every fucking thing. Same thing with women. So don't be dumb. That's the reason. When women were forced to do it during World War II, they did it. Who was building shit? Who worked the grids? Who was riveting? You can go look it up. They was riveting. They was building. You think during World War II, the buildings just stopped getting built? You think houses stopped? Nigga, they was building shit. They was making shit. Rosie the Riveter. That's what it was. Yep.
Could I speak on what Shenanigans was saying? Like when she was talking about the peace aspect of it, bro. I've seen countless videos of a man just wanting peace and it being disrupted by a woman. He could be sitting on the couch watching TV. Mm-hmm. They come in and turn it, or come in and want to talk, or he's playing the game and she come in and turn it off. Hey, you talking about TikTok videos?
Nigga talking about.
Yes.
He talking about skits. He mentioned. He done told us about a TV show and a skit.
TikTok, people do that on purpose. They're playing that on a joke. Like it's a.
I think we're gonna need to bring you into
No, I'm sorry. I know. I'm gonna let him finish. Y'all let him finish. I'm just saying that's content.
Man, that's crazy.
The same way you're saying a man disturbs a woman's peace.
It's not the same.
Women disturb a man.
No, it's not. There's actual, sir. When we say it, there are facts to substantiate that women actually are man's peace.
Substantiate what I'm saying.
It's not. Where's the stats? Where's the facts? Nah. Hell no. Nope. Hold on. He said, "Get the fuck out of here." Why? Where are they at? Are you gonna tell me TikTok videos is that's your source?
Here's the thing, right?
Nah, fuck that. Hell no. When you say stupid shit and I clock you and you try to play dumb like what I'm saying is ridiculous, I'm gonna need you to substantiate the shit now.
You're gonna sit up here and actually say that women do not disturb men's peace.
As a group, they don't. As a group, they don't.
Breezy, do you know that when women are in relationships with men and live with them for, I believe it was like 20 years or so, they literally have a 5-year difference on average of unalivement rate. So like men actually live longer than a woman in those relationships, and women unalive 5 years earlier than they do on average. Yes, you all screw with our peace.
So why? Okay, I'm speaking. I'm
single women with no children outlive us all.
I'm a speaker because I know how public is. So I'm gonna speak from personal experience, right?
Wait, if you know how I am, then don't speak on. Wait. Then you must not know how I am because I don't give a fuck about your personal experience.
That's why I said that.
I thought you said you are about to.
That's why I said, but still, women don't understand that. Like single men, yeah, like shit, shenanigans was saying a while ago, right? Women, like single women and their peace, yeah. Single men and their peace, oh my God, no drama. I got more money.
Breezy, single men be unaliving people. Single men be unaliving themselves. Single men be the most bitter. Are you single, Breezy?
Yeah.
Case in point.
Mostly single men.
Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta clock that. Breezy, you single, right? Boom.
I'm single and not single.
Boom.
I got somebody. I'm not just in a relationship, but I got like a.
So you playing in somebody's face. Got you. But you single on paper. So boom. Got you.
So Breezy, here's your question. Who's more likely to pursue the other? Are men more likely to pursue women, or women more likely to pursue men?
Look, back in the day.
Oh my God! Answer the question.
Okay, so when you want to talk about in the day of time of 2024,
Forever. This mother.
They get tired. They tired of women getting attitudes.
I swear to God, dude. Come on. Y'all be fucking lying for no reason.
How am I lying?
You know, Breezy. Listen to Tara. Ask the question again. Hold on, y'all. Tara, ask the question again, please. And please, Breezy, answer the question as directly as possible. That's all I'm asking. Go ahead, Tara.
It's a simple question. Who's more likely to pursue the other? Are men more likely to pursue women, or are women more likely to pursue men?
I'm going to answer this question, and I'm going to follow it up with a response. Men are more likely to pursue women. Why? Because women do not make the first move.
Because they don't like us.
You know why?
Because they don't like us. Because they don't like us.
That women come and disturb men's peace, right? Then why are men pursuing women? Because You just said out your mouth, women are not pursuing men. They're not pursuing men.
Here's the thing, right?
We just want y'all to leave us the hell alone.
Like the vast majority of time.
And this is what's happening today. Most men are tired of the bullshit, right?
No.
Just like women are tired of the bullshit.
No. What are men tired of exactly? Hold on, y'all. What are men tired of exactly, Breezy?
Oh my God, bro. The entitlement, the audacity of women these days is ridiculous, bro.
And how does the entitlement? So wait, hold on, y'all. I swear to I'm about to consolidate this panel in a minute, y'all. Hold on. So I got a question for you. So you're telling me that women are entitled, and what does entitlement look like from women? What is it? How does it manifest itself?
Okay, I'm gonna put it just like just because they're a woman, they feel like certain things should happen.
Be specific.
The man should do this.
Be specific. Be specific. Be specific. Be specific. Be specific. Like what?
Pay bills, get hair and nails done, all that type of stuff, bro.
So you're saying that most women, the average woman, expects men to pay all of her bills and pay and float her entire. I got you. I know. So you're saying that most women expect that from most men, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So explain to me, why do most women have jobs even when they're in relationships?
Just to have jobs. You can call it what you want, bro, but I've seen women that just say, yeah, my money is my money and your money is our money.
Do most women say that?
Yes.
So most women say that. I want to ask a question. Since we're doing anecdotals here, you just making up stuff. Out there's 1, 2, 3, 4 women on this panel. BPG, do you feel that way about your man?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I ain't gonna ask Shan. Tara, do you know? Shan, do you feel that? I ain't gonna ask Shan that. Hold on, we already know. Tara, do you believe that?
What? I mean, I'm not. I don't know if that's a fair question to ask me right now. But when I was in a relationship, yeah, we both contributed. Wasn't. Well, we had no money like that, but it'd be my money. We would have been out on the street.
Yeah, and that's most people. Most people don't make no fucking money. That's why I find that funny when men be like, yeah, they money is they money, when men and women make roughly about the same amount of money in a relationship. Like, that's crazy. You not making 100 grand and your woman making 50. Like, that ain't the case. You ain't making 250 and she making fucking 30,000. You making 70, she making 62. But you telling me her money is her money? No, nigga, you need her money too. Y'all not gonna be able on $70,000 a year. Where you gonna live? You gonna think about the place you could live on your income versus the place you could live with both of y'all incomes. And you telling me I don't need her money? Let's live fucking in the hood or hood adjacent. No, nigga, you gonna take her money so y'all could, moving on up. So y'all get up out go to the east side, nigga. Like, stop playing dumb. Most men use women's money. Most women use men's money. It's a collective effort, right? That's crazy, bro. Most women are not expecting men to pay all their bills. That's a lie. That's a lie. We all of us are grown adults. I've never heard one woman. I've never come in contact with one woman in my entire life, personally, in real life, not online, not in a skit, not on a fucking video. In real life, I guarantee you, even you older, I've dealt with more women than you have, even in my 20s, than you have your whole life, I'm sure. And I've never heard one woman say that to me. Not one time. I never had one woman tell me, I expect a man to pay all my bills. Like, what? Most of the women that I knew, they went to college.
But you know what? Even if you do end up in a relationship or something like that, or in a dating situation where the woman is literally telling you she expects you to pay her bills and everything like that, if you do actually do that, you're doing that yourself. You are agreeing to that by your own choice.
Oh, no,
it's not a requirement.
That's
what I'm. But okay, let me finish. But what I'm saying is, if you do that, then that's your burden to carry. That's not on her. If you agree to something that she lays down as being the requirement to be with her, and you do it anyway, that's your own damn fault.
Yep, they making you pay bills based on attraction, Breezy.
Happening because most of them can't afford to do it. Why are we even talking about it? Most of y'all can't afford to do that. Moving on, next point.
See, that's the thing, right? Women always assume that men are broke.
They are broke.
I've been like public. You know, I come in your lives, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a diesel mechanic. I make that $106 figures a year, bro. So if I chose you, I could, right?
I don't think you could pay for it. I don't think you could. I don't. What I'm saying is I know men who pay all the bills, but they're struggling. And what's the use in that? That don't count. I don't count that. If you paying all the bills and y'all barely got your head above water, we're gasping for air, that ain't shit. I'm talking about most men cannot afford to pay for hair, nails, upkeep, drive a nice car, live in a decent neighborhood, send the kids to college, have good insurance. Like most men cannot afford to do that. You included. You just can't, bro. Let's be real. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why y'all get on here acting like we don't understand money, like we all ain't fully functioning grown adults. I am a fully grown adult, bro. You cannot lie to me talking about I make 6 figures. Cool, you make 6 figures. You make $105,000 a year. That is two $50,000 a year jobs. You don't got it like that. You not balling like that. Like, let's be real. I'm not saying you can't afford a house. I ain't saying you can't afford a couple cars. I'm saying the lifestyle you're talking about that you're saying women feel like they're entitled to, you're not able to provide that lifestyle for those women. That's all I'm saying. I believe you can pay all the bills in your home. I got you. I'll support you on that. But can you?
I 100% agree with what you just said, which is why I just told you I'm not paying my bills and your bill.
Okay, so do you still have access to women?
You too. Nobody asked you to. I know they did.
How
many women are asking you to pay all their bills, Breezy? What percentage of women?
I didn't say me, bro. I'm saying in general.
Oh God. In general, who? If you can't afford it and nobody's asking you, and you just said you make 6 figures, you think they asking the random man on the street that make less than that? Nobody's even asked you, and you make 6 figures. So you think Bobby over there pushing the forklift is being asked to pay all the bills? Like, let's just be so for real for 1 second, please.
Is okay for the sake of common sense, right?
What?
For the sake of common sense.
Did not just do that.
Are y'all literally just gonna sit up here and just act like women in today are not entitled?
They're not entitled. Men are entitled. Men have an entitlement problem, bro. That's why I hate this. That's why I hate this conversation from this way where we have to argue against something that is arguably dumb as shit. That women are entitled? In what way? How? You just made that up. Y'all do this. Y'all do the same fucking thing. You say things about women that we all know is objectively true about men. Men are entitled, but you just turn it around and say, you're not telling me women are entitled? Why? Because they expect you not to cheat on them?
How are men entitled?
Nigga, see? That's what I'm saying. If you can't look, hold on. Time out, y'all. Time out. This is the thing that annoys me. You want to sell me on women are entitled, but men aren't. If you wanted to make the lie a more palatable lie, you would at the very least have to accept that men are also entitled. At the least, you would have to do that. Now you're doing the complete opposite, that men aren't entitled. Men don't feel entitled to women's bodies. I've had fucking 100 men come up here and tell me, yeah, my love language is physical touch. So yeah, if she don't give me smacks, then that's abuse. Nigga, that's not entitlement. I've never heard a woman say, sir, Breezy, the thing you're describing, I've never heard a woman say that. right? The thing you're talking about, I've never heard a woman say that. The thing I'm talking about, I've heard 1,000 men say it on the internet and in real life. The only woman I hear talking about he got to pay all my bills is fucking Shira 7. And she's an internet personality.
Look how many followers she has.
You don't watch her content, bro. She be spitting. It ain't even about that. If you go watch her content, she be making a lot of sense. Aside from that, she be making a lot of sense. She really just be talking like regular. She really be saying like regular shit that is objectively true.
All she does is tell women how to gaffle men.
No, she don't. No, she don't. No, she doesn't. Go watch her content. I got a video breaking down one of her comments, bro. She talks about a lot of stuff that is like known to be true in relationships.
Towards women getting over on men.
It's not getting over, sir. A woman telling you have to pay all my bills to be with me is not her getting over on you. You will, like 4B just said, how the fuck is that? They're not manipulating you. If she says, if you want to get with me, Breezy, you got to pay all my bills, and you go, okay, how the fuck is that manipulation? How's she gaffling you? As opposed to what men do. When men say, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to pay all your bills, don't worry about it. Then you have a baby, and now that nigga want to knock your head between the washer and dryer, or now he cheating on you, or whatever the case may be. That's men gaffling women, or a man putting impregnating a woman to slow her down, trapping her and shit like that, thinking that, oh, once I get her pregnant, I'm gonna have access to her body for forever because she has this baby with me. That's entitlement, bro. I don't know what you talking about. You making up shit.
Bro, you just said men get women pregnant to trap them.
Yes. Every day. I think most men, look, Breezy, I think most men impregnate women to trap them. I think most men do. Because men don't want them babies. Even I'm talking about, I know men that be in the home with their kids that don't want them kids. You can't tell me men ain't. So for what other reason is it? If the men are impregnating the women and the women are having babies and then the men aren't participating, then what the fuck other conclusion can I come to? What do you want? Where do you want my mind to go? Because I can only assume, oh, he must have had them babies a trapper. Because he had the kids, he's there with them, but he don't pay them no attention.
Fam.
And especially now with the reverse stuff and everything, it's way more dangerous for us to even be in a relationship with a man right now.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead, 1804. Hey, thanks for coming up, 4B.
Hey, so is there any good men out there left, man?
Ask the women.
That's a question for the women.
Yeah, ask the women that. You can answer that question, BPG. Do you think there's any good men left out here? Oh, Tara wanted to answer it. Go ahead, Tara.
I'm about to say, I don't know. I didn't hear his question.
Ask it again, 1804.
Is there any good men out there that's left? That's like, that fit
my sweet angel baby
positive. Boy. Hey, I'll tell you.
My son pretty solid too. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that little nigga, man.
The only ones that a good man exist is the ones that they made up in their head.
Breezy, shut up. Anyway, let me answer the question. I think there are men who are actively working on themselves and that we can give grace to.
Shit, that's a good way of putting it. That's fair. Let me read these super chats real quick. We got a lot of them. I'm getting behind. Breezy had me hot and bothered, and not in a good way. Nigel said, I know he quit pumping. Inchnock, your multiple biz owner said, don't need a man for anything. Divorced for 11 years, been celibate for 3 years. I don't date. Men have a hard time accepting when I tell them this. Miss Chrissy Baby says, why are they obsessed with procreation? To trap women, Miss Chrissy Baby. Men are obsessed with procreation to trap women. Men want to have kids so that they can have access to that woman. Because, and my proof of this is, when men lose access to the women, they abandon the kids. What more proof do I need to provide than that? When most men lose access to that woman, they fall off the fucking map. I ain't saying most men may not completely abandon the kids, even though it's a lot. 1 out of 5 men do. Or that's married men. It's way higher for men who aren't who aren't married to women. But the majority of the about 1/3 of men just leave the woman, right? Just abandon the kids completely. The rest of them fall off the fucking map too. They don't. They see the kids once every week. They see the kids twice a month. They see the kids in the summertime. That's the same shit.
Hey, I got 3 kids by the same woman.
Fine, congratulations.
Guess what? When we broke up, I got full custody of all 3 of my kids.
Oh man.
So all that the man just leave shit you talking. Yeah.
Are you an exceptional man or are you an average man, Breezy?
I would say I'm exceptional.
Okay, then why the fuck are you talking about your situation then?
Because, bro, this is the thing, bro. Y'all always, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna say if you don't hit you, let it fly type shit, whatever. But y'all always get on here and generalize men, but then when somebody tries to generalize women, y'all don't let that fly.
Because the generalizations you make about women are fucking lies. I'm okay with you generalizing women if it's true. If you generalize women, it's a lie. No, nigga, don't do that.
How about you speak on something?
Like we can make generalizations of the generalizations are true. Like if there's statistics to back it up, if there's like other things to back it up, yeah, those generalizations.
We'll talk about the
generalization doesn't say, hold on, be quiet. A generalization doesn't say this is it across the board. But generally speaking, this is common or this is normalized. That's what a generalization says. Let me just help you out. It seems as if you think that we don't have generalizations against women. I think, generally speaking, women also uphold patriarchal norms that are harmful to them.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
I think generally speaking, women are brainwashed by the patriarchy to. Somebody got an echo. That was BPG. I think generally speaking, women are brainwashed by the patriarchy to give men grace when they probably shouldn't, but they're, that's what I think. That's in general, because I don't see why women give us grace. Like because we wouldn't give women that grace. We don't, and they deserve way more, whatever grace we should give them the grace. But women give us all the grace in the world. I'm like, why would y'all on some real for real shit? Bro, I'm gonna tell you this, Breezy, on some real for real shit. I don't even know how women date us in general. Like, I don't know how they come in proximity to it. Like, I don't know. I would never. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if women were as bad as men are I would never, ever, ever, ever come in contact with a man. I mean, with a woman. I swear to God, I put that on everything I love. I would never, ever, ever talk to a man. I wouldn't date him. I wouldn't be nowhere near men. Like romantically, never. The shit that I like, my brain, what I know about men and what and statistically what men do to women, right? I would never. Why the fuck would I ever come in contact with men? That's crazy to me. Like that's a wild I don't mean crazy like in a bad way. I'm just like, I'm shocked that women give us that much grace. That's what I'm saying. So that's a generalization that I'm okay accepting. But if you're gonna sit here and try to lie and say that women are the ones who are entitled, when I've never seen a woman punch a nigga in the throat for not giving her his number. I've never seen a woman try to pew a man because she was going, hey, Slim, come holler at me. And he kept it pushing like, no, thank you, not today. And then she pulled out the blicky on him and laid him down. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen a woman try to approach a man at a bodega, and then the man rejects her, and then she leaves, goes home, gets a knife, comes back and stabs her. I've never seen that before, ever in my life. I've never seen a woman stab a man on a train just for the sake of for the fact that he was a man. I've never seen this stuff before, so I don't want to hear about that entitlement bullshit. That's crazy.
You can even make it analogous. I have never seen a woman unalive a man because he ain't paid her bills.
Never seen it before.
He just gave us an example too. So
I ain't never seen a man drive his keys to the lake.
Wait, you haven't? You haven't. You never heard of Chris? Look up Chris Watts.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. Yeah, Okay, I will go with that, right? The percentage of men unaliving their children
way higher per capita, way higher.
No, come on, bro.
1,000 times higher per capita, way higher per capita. Not overall, because women take care of kids more than men take care of kids. We know that. So the overall numbers, yeah, women are custodial parents 85% of the time, so they have the kids more. So yeah, the overall numbers would say women do that more. No doubt about it. I ain't gonna even hold you. But BPG, actually BPG got the gems on this one. What was BPG? Go ahead.
I was about to say, because when we talking about people being family annihilators, men outweigh women hands down. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And the tricky thing about living in a male-dominated society is men are so entitled that not only do they feel obligated to taking the services of the women in their personal circle, but to women in general. The reason why we even have the love languages is because some man felt entitled to his wife's body, that he came up with this list, a really stupid list, about how, my love language is physical touch, and I need that from my wife because her love language is acts of service. Like, if you listen to what the love languages are, they directly correlate to women doing things that are extending their emotional or physical capacity to men. Like, that's what that list was created from. And when we talk about men being able to inflict harm, we know that is predominantly across the globe. 96% of that violent crime is happening at the hands of men.
Facts.
96.
I got a question for you. Breezy. And 1804 Hustler. 1804 Hustler. You there? I got a question for both of y'all.
Yeah, I'm here.
Because you mentioned this earlier. So do you both agree that a function of a man is to be a provider?
Yeah.
Yep. 1804, right? Provider?
Yes.
Okay. Brianna asked this question, and I think this is a great question. Or she made this point. So both of you guys think that men, a function of men are to be providers. Okay, cool. Now watch this. This is how I know y'all don't really be having no point. She said, we need men to provide, but we shouldn't expect them to. So make it make sense. If men are supposed to be providers, then why are you complaining if women expect men to be providers? Breezy?
That's not the point.
Nigga.
No, listen.
All right, man.
Hold on, before you move the goalpost,
I'm not moving the goalpost.
Breezy, that was incredibly false. The number one murder unalivement, self-annihilation. Hold on. The number one family self-annihilation are from men. They take out their entire family due to selfishness because the women don't want to be with them anymore. As opposed to women who hunt their children, it's normally due to some sort of mental psychosis. Which
sucks, which is, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to make sure that we don't make excuse or whatever. Cool. It's terrible. Yes. It's a tragedy whenever the women unalive baby. Nobody is saying that it's okay. No woman up here is like, oh, I get it. Let them, like, no, everybody up here, we get it. It's fucked up, right? Cool. But with that being said, we got to also acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is men be unaliving their families so they can go get some ass in peace.
In some instances, yeah. But in some instances, no.
In what instances is that not the case?
Oh my God, bro.
In what instances is that not the case?
In most instances, it's because of their ego. There's a direct correlation to men who are family annihilators and because of the fact that they want to uphold patriarchal standards, they go back, and that's the reason why they are called that. Like, they are called that because of the fact that when they don't make enough money, when they feel like their wives or their children don't fit into a specific type of ideal, that's why they unalive the family and then they unalive themselves.
because of those standards. Like, that's directly what that's connected to. Whereas with women, and this is why I say that the patriarchal system is set up in a way where it continues to reiterate, like, hey, you know, men are just naturally this, or women are just naturally this, without actually doing any basis of study. When men have a big ego, we have family annihilators. When women deal with real mental illness, and in a sense, it is an excuse because of the fact that it's preventable. If you give women access to medical services for the ability to be able to heal from the mental illness that they have, those numbers go down. Directly. There is no healing for a male's ego.
I was gonna say ego ain't a mental illness.
Ain't no pills for male ego.
And I just say
Women have mental issues, but men just.
But Breezy, you know it's a different standard. Because you said it yourself. You said, oh, I have sole custody. I'm an exceptional man. When women have sole custody, we seen it as like, oh, you the bottom of the barrel. So, like, you know there are different standards for men and women.
Clock
like,
it.
Why you playing like you don't know better?
Clock it.
Because here's the thing, right? The norm is not for the man to have custody. So by me taking custody and raising all three of my kids by myself, that would qualify as exceptional.
Why does that make you exceptional but not a woman? So are the women who do that exceptional as well?
Yes. I never said that, bro. But like I said, most of the time you see the woman has the custody, right? So when you see single fathers and they're doing it on their own, they don't really get as much credit as the woman doing it on her own.
What?
Sir.
Nigga, what?
For being single mothers. That's one. And number two, it's because of generally the reason that single mothers get more credit is because they were left alone to raise those children alone a large percentage of the time, right? So they didn't have a choice, and then they had to take on the responsibility of both parents, financially, emotionally, all the things. That's why women get more credit for it. When men take on the responsibility of children, they are doing that out of their own accord. There's nobody forcing them to take those children, usually, generally speaking. Right?
I disagree. I think single mothers don't get credit. They get shamed.
Yeah.
Single fathers get credit.
Shame, but I'm just saying, though, like, if he was to argue that, women should get more credit because they're not choosing to be single mother. Nobody's choosing to be a single mother. Nobody's choosing to have custody of children because the father don't want to be around, don't want to pay bills, don't want to do this, don't want to co-parent, don't want to, none of that. Like, nobody's choosing that.
Let me read these. Let me finish reading these super chats, y'all. Hold on. Let me finish reading these super chats. I'm 33. I'm 33, child free. I'm 33, child in FNF for almost 4 years now. It's been a really fun and centering time. I don't feel like men deserve to blink near me. I'm never looking back. Miss Chrissy Baby said, then why men don't leave us alone if you can strive on your own? Because they can't. Injok said, Ishnok said, I'm 39, child free, and I would never sacrifice my life to birth a man like this guy. It would literally be self-harm adjacent. Nigel said, the breathiest person on the panel talking about survival. Come on, man. The breathiest person on the panel talking about survival. Tantra said his examples of women disturbing men's peace were literally mundane things. No systemic stats or references, just vibes. Yeah. Talking about she came in while I was playing video games and was like, I need you to get up and pay attention to me. Here she go, disturbing my peace. That's what men be talking about, is disturbing. Men say they're single, but still in women's faces. On the flip side, women want peace and left alone, but can't pump gas in peace. That's fact. Paige Turner said, who wants Breezy to be rolling on them like the penguin? Like the penguin? I think the fuck not. The previous SC is towards dropping him. Got you. We got 5 on Breezy head. Another battery. Ishnok said another battery powered brain nigga. Tanija said, in other words, of the great Manelio, never heard of him. Why the fuck would I go 50-50? Nigga, I'm just a girl. Oh, that's a rapper. Okay, I never heard her. Tonight just said I would charge Breathy by the minute. Teresa Wheeler said aggrieved entitlement is why men unalive women. Jesus Christ. That was a word. Bumble said men will unalive their entire fam for a side chick. Yep. Hey, it go both ways. Men will unalive their whole family for a side chick, and they will unalive the side chick to keep her away from the family. Either way. Sugar
and gumdrops.
What'd you say?
I said, and all women are made with sugar and spice and gumdrops.
You see how that's such a weird response to what we're saying, as if that's what we're saying. So you have to say something stupid to deflect, because nobody said women are perfect.
Like y'all, everybody on this panel is basically absolving women of.
When do we do that?
Of what? Name the thing.
So
let him name the thing. Go ahead. Name the thing, Breezy, that we need to be holding women accountable for.
Like, I agree 100% when you said that men do that to, you know what I'm saying, unalive their family, right? Mm-hmm. But you can't tell me that don't step outside of their homes.
Hold on, let him Mel, let him finish. I want to hear what he's saying. Go ahead. I'm listening. Women don't step outside their homes.
You can't tell me that women don't do the same things men do. Step outside of their homes.
So
on their man.
Okay. So you saying, Breezy? So are you? I just want to.
Side dudes. Mm-hmm. They don't have sneaky links.
No. I'm not arguing with you. What I want to make clear though, I just want to make sure so we're all on the same page. So do you think that we think no woman has ever cheated?
I didn't say that.
Okay. So if that's not the case, then what's the point of you bringing this up? Because do most women do the things you're describing?
Yes.
Most women cheat.
Yep.
This nigga just be lying for the sake of lying.
Disagree.
Breezy, LaMonica said, Breezy, hold on. LaMonica said, Breezy, your booty hole is breezy. That's all. And Nigel said, he's made out of pork chops and audacity. God damn it, Nigel. Okay. All right.
You can't possibly believe that though.
That most women cheat is crazy.
Well, what the new studies show is that women are cheating more often than they used to do.
Yep.
Cheating more often, but and the numbers are getting much closer together. But men still cheat more often than women do. Also,
cheat bike.
Even if we cheating, we're not unaliving you because we're cheating. We're not doing that. We're not unaliving you and the whole family because we're cheating, and we're not unaliving our sneaky link. We want the sneaky link. But what are you talking about? Then on top of that, and actually I just thought about this, and DPG spoke about the unaliving of your whole family to uphold this facade of masculinity. That is also a very strong reason why a lot of men unalive trans women that are their sneaky links. Because if they were to find out that these trans women are their sneaky links, that would be emasculating in the eyes of society. So again, just upholding the facade of masculinity under patriarchy is dangerous for many, many people. Not just women, not just men, queer folk, children, everybody. Stop upholding the facade of masculinity. It's a facade. It should be subjective to you. What is your masculinity? Define that, live by that. It should not be defined by society, because that definition is putting you in a box. And then when you don't fit in that box, you have all these negative emotions that people taught you to suppress in society. And then that suppression of those emotions causes you to only feel anger. Then you react out of that anger and you're unaliving everybody. And again, this is a generalization. I'm not saying all men, clearly not all men are unaliving everyone, but it is why it is so dangerous to be around men in general.
Yep. Hey, Simply West, I invited you up. You can come up and get unmuted, but we gonna keep you muted for the live, fam. Okay, go ahead. Breezy, I gotta mute you, bro. You got that. Some of y'all sound like y'all in the fucking ocean or something. Let me see. Who's unmuted?
I was about to say something.
All right, go ahead.
But I think it's sad that we even have to play the game that it's not all men, because we know, and men remind us all the time, when they talk about who gonna go to war for y'all, they always talk about how it's all men. So they know that the majority of men, when you go into war, they are the ones doing the unaliving. We know that when wars happen, that there's a lot of rape and assault happen. If there are a lot of men who are in the wars, then guess who's doing that? We know that the majority of people being trafficked are being trafficked by men. We know that the people who are consuming and producing the most corn are men. Like we know that all of these lists, when we talk about child brides, when we talk about child marriages in general, you don't see a large amount of women who are seeking to marry children. That is men. Like these are all across the board. When you go down the list from everything to flat out burglary and P3DOs, that the majority of those numbers consist of men. And then we have to waste our time playing that game and going, well, you know, some of them. No, most of them. And truth be told, I don't know. I still don't understand the math behind how y'all get in the box and implicate yourselves as one of the men. I never understand that. To me, I personally would never put myself in a position where somebody can play something back and get me locked up. But every single time y'all come up here and y'all do it, and y'all fit the bill of the men that we be talking about. And I think it's one thing to, you know, to say that it doesn't exist. It's a whole other thing to not only say that it doesn't exist, but to be the thing existing. Like to be the thing that we are talking about, to fit the bill of what it is we are discussing, and then go, well, you know, I mean, some men. No, that it the large number and the large majority is men. And I think that more men have to come to the summation that it's time for us to fix something. Because guess what? Y'all love talking about how men built society. When men were predominantly the hunters in society, they weren't living to 30. They were unaliving because they thought that they were He-Man, and they were literally running through jungles by themselves, getting eaten. They were getting eaten by tigers and bears because of the fact that they thought that they could do those things on their own, and people weren't living to see their children grow up. That's why even using the data that, you know, well, back in the day, or, you know, before in Paleolithic times or whatever, that there was a large majority of people having a large amount of kids. The reason why they were having so many kids is because those kids weren't surviving either. So we have to be able to admit that, hey, for whatever reason, y'all picked up patriarchy and y'all put it on y'all back as a cape, and the cape is torn and tattered and it's not working and you can't fly. Like, it's okay to take it off and live in a society where people get to be existing in an equitable society where everybody gets access to humanity.
So what I would like to do now, since we have this little break real quick, is I want to make sure that everybody is tapping. We should be up to at least 200,000, likes. Come on, y'all. And we're gonna put the sub only comments on too for my subs. And yeah, man, I would like for Breezy to answer the prompt if he could.
Answer what problem?
Prompt.
I answered that. Well, I spoke on that as soon as I got in.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you spoke on the fact that men can't survive without women?
Yeah.
And what did you say? Because I don't remember it.
I think men would be perfectly fine without women.
And why so? How's that?
First of all, men today can cook, clean, wash their own clothes. They don't need women for all that domestic service stuff.
Did we ever?
Huh?
Did we ever?
No, we really didn't.
Okay. So don't say nowadays, because it ain't got nothing to do with nowadays.
That you say men can't survive, and I'm sure women can survive without men as well.
Well, they can, yeah.
Huh?
I say, yeah, I mean, they have proven they can, but I haven't seen men survive without women.
So basically what you're saying is men can't survive without women. So every guy that's out here in the world is just single is about to just fall off the earth, right?
No.
So they can survive without women?
No. That's not what you just said. That you thought Did you really think that was like a valid question? So because I don't think that every guy would just unalive without a woman, then I'm saying that no man can no man can survive without a woman, because that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like that's not what I'm saying. But men as a collective cannot survive without women.
What? Please explain that to me, bro.
So men, hold on, damn, this thing is tripping. Men can't survive without women because, or what I would use as proof of that is the fact that men need women. We need women to motivate us, and we don't function well. We don't function well without women. You know what I'm saying? Like when men don't have access to women, we don't want to go to work. We don't want to go to school. We don't like heal. You know what I'm saying? The only men that I know personally that is doing the work, quote unquote, as people would say, or trying to heal up, or trying to be better people or whatever, are men that either started it because of a woman or is doing it currently because of a woman. Right? I don't know one man like on his own that is like genuinely out here like, yep, I just got to be a better person, da 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 da. Like not one. Every single man I know that's like on that journey is like, they'll tell you, the ones that's really on there, but oh yeah, my wife, my wife got me started. That dude, ex-patriarch, same shit. He'll talk about it like, oh, I learned this lesson from a woman and da da da. Like every single man that I know personally that's doing the work will tell you that it's because of a woman. So men, we don't strive to be our best, the best representation of ourselves without having access to women. If we don't have access to women, we don't see the need in doing it. Whereas women don't give, it doesn't matter if a woman doesn't ever get with another man, she's still going to go to college and get her education. She's still going to try to get a good job. When she's at work, she's still going to try to perform to the best of her abilities. She's still, you know what I mean? Like she's still going to work on herself. She ain't going to just try to be a shitty, remain to be a shitty person or whatever the case may be. Women thrive without men, and men don't do shit without women. We can't function without women. Not at a high level. We can live, we can breathe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we stop breathing. A lot of motherfuckers will stop breathing though, because they just unalive themselves.
If a grown ass man,
Mm-hmm.
if a grown ass man can't be motivated unless it's by a woman,
mm-hmm.
he is ass whooped, and he don't even deserve to be with no woman. So,
but that's irrelevant. That's most men, Breezy. That's not saying nothing. Like, okay, cool. I agree, but that's most men. So what? Now where we at?
So basically, what you like every most men basically.
Go ahead. If you want to, hey brother, however you want to say it, that's fine. I would like to be more constructive than saying men ain't shit. But if that makes you feel better, so you could be like, see, that's harmful or whatever, then fine, you can say that. I don't give a fuck, because that's not what I said. I said what I said.
It's like the woman is never wrong.
What do you want women, sir? Stop saying stuff without substantiating it. You want me to say women are wrong? Tell me what you want me to say women are wrong for.
The prompt literally says men cannot survive without women.
Okay.
Men don't need men for women do not need men. Like, come on.
So what's your point? Are you acting like, what is the point? Once again, tell me what you want me to blame women for, and I'll blame them.
I'm sure you won't, bro. I'm sure you won't, bro.
Why? Because the shit you about to say is going to be some bullshit? Then yeah, you know that. But if you say something that is objectively true, I will. Say something that applies to most women, that most women do. Negatively. That negatively impacts men. One thing.
Well, let's speak on the fact of most of these young, what they call them young niggas, YNS. Most of these young dudes out here terrorizing the city was raised by single mothers.
Okay, that wouldn't be the woman's fault. That's an absentee father. Try again. Keep going. let me ask, hold on, and let me say it in a different way, because y'all always y'all got the same talking points. You're not a fully functioning human being. Breezy, what do women do to men, not children? What do women do to men? What do women do to men that you want me to hold women accountable for, or you want women to hold themselves accountable for, I should say? Name one thing.
Not letting the man see his kids.
Most women don't withhold the kids from their men. Try again. Name something else.
Having a roster full of men.
Also, not true, not common, not most women. Try again. What do most women aren't cheaters? Most women aren't. Most men aren't even cheaters, Breezy.
You just said about 10 minutes ago most men are cheaters.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
Because there's no data to prove that. Like, there's no data that proves that the majority, and we've talked about this. This is the only reason why I know he didn't say that, because we have had this conversation about what the data says about how many people cheat. And when you look at like the population, the amount of people studied in that study, there's like 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20% of people. It's literally, and I mean, it's neck and neck. It's like 22% of men.
13% of women, yeah.
You know, it's like a weird, you know what I mean? But it's a remarkably low number. So that's not happening on a consistent basis. Y'all struggling with trying to figure out how to hold women accountable, because you know that once you start scraping to the bottom and trying to figure out what you need to hold women accountable for, it's always gonna end at men. And like, again, that's okay. Just fix that. Because how you bigger and stronger and faster and broader than somebody, and you more intelligent, and naturally you're a provider, but she can keep your kids away from you. How is she keeping your kids away from you? You're bigger, you're stronger, you're smarter. You would agree that most judges are men. You just said not too long ago that most construction workers are men, that most of the men who are doing engineering are men, that most of the men in these higher level positions are men. So if you take her to court, the likelihood of you being presented with a judge that's a woman, yeah, I mean, it's better than it was.
I would love to respond to this. Right?
You ain't heard nothing I said. There's no way possible that you've heard anything I said.
You want me to repeat it?
You're talking in the middle of me saying it. That's how I know you haven't heard anything I said. Why have y'all not ever been to class? Like, when you go to class and your teacher is saying something on the board, if you're talking the entire time, how do you hear what it is she's saying?
I don't know. He want to argue though. Let me ask it. You got it. Hold on. Let me read this from Teresa, because she said something very profound. Teresa said, mass incarceration nuked black marriage rates. Black women now have higher life expectancy than white men. Black men have the lowest. They cannot. Damn. Okay, you can respond to BPG.
Okay. Well, she said that going to court, right? Don't matter if you got a female judge or a male judge. It's all geared towards the woman, right?
That's not true.
Okay, answer this question, right? Why is it that courts push so hard for the man to be on child support, right? It's because the AG or the state
set that standard.
The AG or the state, like you just said something about talking while you was talking, right? Exactly.
That's why I did that. I never talk over people. I don't even have a habit of doing that.
The AG or the state gets a cut of the money. So all of the child support, just say you got 10,000 men on child support in one city, right? How much, and they paying, just say they paying $200 a month. From
what percentage of men would pay child support if the court system didn't mandate it? Hold on, y'all. Let me ask the question this way. Do you think more men would pay child support if child support didn't exist? Or do you think less men would pay child support if child support didn't exist?
I'll be zero. I think you have men that ain't shit, and you have
bro. If I ask you a direct question again, Breezy, and you don't answer the question directly, I'm just gonna move on to the next person, Do you think more men would pay child support or less men would pay child support?
I say less men would pay child support.
Okay, so that's why the child support system is in place, to make more men pay child support. Because if we didn't, because there was once upon a time when it wasn't in place, and guess what? Almost no man was paying child support. And the average man pays what in child support? What's the average child support payment, you think?
I have no idea.
About $400 a month, $100 a week.
The attorney general gets a cut.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's not why it exists.
It basically is.
That's not why it exists. More men would completely financially abandon their children if child support didn't exist.
I guarantee you, if there was a way, if they spoke on it, but I don't know if they're gonna actually implement it. If they put the child support on a card and you were able to track the spending.
Oh my God.
Y'all just want to control women.
This shit is so dumb.
Like that, it's because you're trying to control women. And if you were such a provider, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
How you a provider and complaining about giving women money for your fucking kids? Y'all niggas ain't no nigga. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I have never, ever, I've never used that language that I was a provider, or I never even thought about that shit until I got on TikTok. I swear to God, that was not something that ever popped in my head or like nothing like that. I've never thought about that shit, because that's like paying for your children and giving, like, that's like fucking eating food. That's normal shit. Like, that's not even nothing to even think about, right? But it seems like the niggas who be the most like that bring up that word the most be the least likely motherfuckers to actually do it. Because I would I couldn't, dude. You put me on child support, no child support. My kids getting money. And guess what? Not only would I give my kids money, I would give my ex-wife money on the strength for her. I would give her money for herself. Fuck the kids. All right, cool. You got this for the kids, but here goes something for you too. She got custody of the kids?
That's a lie.
How is that a lie?
I agree with that.
Don't project that onto me, sir. You wouldn't do that. I would. Because she's taking care of my kids.
That's law. That's really law.
That's like regular shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't need no court to tell me that. I don't need no judge.
I think that all depends on how the relationship ended.
Bro, hold on. Let me back it up. Let me back it up for Breezy. I don't give a fuck if she cheated on me.
And I can pick up on that. Hey, I can pick up on that, because I'm doing that right now. I don't look, like I say, if y'all split up, that's really law, bro. That's just basic.
That's basic shit, man.
Hold up, because Breezy been breathing long enough up here. Breezy, you got your big bag, heavy breathing, long short wearing. Like, she ankle ashy. Let me get it up. No ashy ankle having ass up here talk about being a motherfucking provider the whole time. You up here justifying people not doing the right shit. But you a provider, but you complain about paying for hair and nails. You a provider, but you complain about the fucking child support system. Make that shit make sense. Matter of fact, I want you to keep your money and go buy a better CPAP for your big ass.
Hey, but Breezy.
Take that lace front, them lashes, and all that makeup off, and you look like a whore.
But she still look better than you, though.
Hold on, let me calm down.
Hold on, but Breezy, she still look better than you.
I ain't talking shit about nobody on this panel while I've been here. But you got this half evil, half Darth Vader looking bitch on her.
Hey.
Start talking shit.
Hey, man, why y'all ain't gotta use the B word and shit?
Watch those B words.
God damn, calm down, bro. She ain't call you a B word. She said you had a big bike, but she didn't call you a B word. Jesus Christ. I know, but that's what I don't hold on, man. This makes it not, it's not interesting anymore to me. It's not. So let's stop, right? I get it. But Jesus Christ. I ain't even mad at you talking shit back. You just got to calm it down a little bit. I ain't even tripping. Go finish what you got to say about Kay, man.
I ain't got nothing to say. I don't have no issue with Kay, but she came at me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you come up here every time, it's the same thing.
Hold on,
Kay. We don't remember you niggas.
Let him finish though. Let him get it off his chest. Go ahead, man. Get it off your chest, man.
So she mad at me because
we don't care, nigga. Shout out to Sarah. She paid it. She paid to play.
I like her.
She paid to play today. We don't give a fuck.
Big ass.
Go ahead, Kay.
But no, it just boggles my mind how men will talk about being providers, but in the same breath complain about stuff like the child support system. The child support system exists because if it didn't, you niggas would just off and abandon your kids and leave the mamas destitute because she don't want your raggedy ass no more. 9 times out of 10, the moment that woman say she don't want you no more, y'all say fuck them kids. Let's keep it a bean. And I ain't got no statistic on that, but I done seen it enough to know it's at least 85 motherfucking %.
It's a high percentage. It's a high percentage. And all I'm saying is go ahead, hustler.
I'm sorry.
You good?
Coming from a Haitian culture, I can't relate to that.
Shit, Haitians be abandoning their kids too. Don't try to do that shit. We know that.
No. Listen, I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for me. But just from what I've seen, like from my father, I can't relate.
From your daddy, then, but yeah, the Haitians definitely be abandoning their babies. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. Well, as a Haitian, hey, that's just you, brother. That's just you. Hey, you gonna have to, because it's the fucking truth, nigga. You ain't about to sit up here and lie. Hey.
Is your dad still alive?
Yes.
Wait till that funeral.
Come on, man. Don't do that.
No, for real. And I'm not saying that I want your father to unalive. Let's be clear. But I have seen too many kids who talk about they daddy this, they daddy that, they daddy. My man. And when they get in that line for that service, they trying to figure out why the family line so long. They trying to figure out why the funeral director is confused. Because who is this lady? Who is this person getting up to the mic talking about, I remember when we used to go fishing. And I remember mama said that daddy had to work nights.
Who this kid that looked just like me and my brother?
that has happened to other families, but speaking on my family, the man that I know, my father, I know, and that's not
Miss Chrissy baby said most men don't show up to court. Stop the lie. The small percentage that pays on average $250. They pay like $400, but yeah, might as well be $250.
That is something that does happen within the culture of, as they say, having two families, one over here in America and one in Haiti. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we know.
Speaking from my experience,
because you said culturally, and then you said culturally that was the problem. I was like, no.
Culturally, it's always bad apples.
No. That ain't what we doing.
Culturally, they are literally only two people that's tied is Haitians and Jamaican men for that exact thing of being Rolling Stones, having multiple families. Like they are literally as a culture. Like it is, sir, it is a running joke.
Not Nigerians? Lux, not Nigerians? How they escape that?
Well, if we're talking about Caribbean diaspora.
I was going to say, Nigeria's top 3 for sure.
Nigeria is up there. Trust, I'm talking about Caribbeans. Because Haitians and Jamaicans, because y'all like to act as if it's not a whole running joke in the Caribbean communities and a part of this part of the Black diaspora that Haitian and Jamaican men, specifically Haitian men, I'm gonna give Jamaicans their flowers when they got their flowers, but to act as if those don't be the same ones with multiple, literally the joke of multiple families. Shelly Dudu, I love you, honey. Haitian men are literally known for love bombing women so that they can marry multiple of them.
Hey, say that shit again, Lux. That was kind of vicious. She was up here talking like Pepe Le Pew. That was crazy.
They be like, Shelly Dudu, I love you so much. I love you. So much. Oh my God, I want to love you, baby. That's exactly how they fucking sound. Like that's. I don't agree. Hey, listen, I agree with you, but I don't agree with leaving the kids. Like, I can't relate to that. I can't relate to just.
You can't, but a lot of them can. You can't, but a lot of them can. That's what we saying. You can't, but a lot of them can, brother. That's what we saying. That's all we saying.
I love my babies. Like, you know what? Like they left us out 1804. I don't have no kids. I love you, baby.
How you know all of this? But 10 minutes ago, you were trying to gaslight us into thinking that it wasn't Haitian men.
Because you got people in the family that do that.
Most niggas in the family do that. Hey, somebody said, hold on, who said that? Hey, Countess said, oh no, I'm a victim. She said she was a victim. Hey, hold on. Let me read this. Submissive providers. That name crazy, man. Submissive providers said that they provide BOA. They definitely provide based on attraction. Tonight just said women like Sheer 7 exist exactly for this. When given the opportunity to move to move with integrity, they do the complete opposite. So no, we can't talk for free. Sheer 7 is a reaction to how men treat women. Like Sheer 7 wouldn't exist if the Haitian men and the African American men and the Elon Musk white men, like if those men didn't exist, the Sheer 7s wouldn't exist. If the DDGs didn't exist, if the what's the nigga name? If the Offsets, if them niggas, if the Futures, if the Drakes, if these niggas didn't exist, Sheer 7 wouldn't exist. All this shit is a reaction to how men treat women. That's all it is. That's all it is. Charnay said, if I pay for diapers, food, clothes, sitter, lost money to take care of your kid, you owe me back pay and my labor. I do what I want with what you owe me. Facts. Yeah, I never understood that. Who cares where the money going? Hey, I don't give a fuck. As long as my kids live in a safe environment and they eating and they got health care and they going to school and they happy, I will never ask where the money's going. I will only ask. Go ahead.
Just to even clear that up, if say for instance a child support check comes on the 15th, what do you think was going on for your child from the 1st to the 15th?
They think that you was waiting on it.
Extra money.
They think y'all was waiting on the money to come.
Like when my baby needed shoes, she needed shoes right then. It wasn't no, I gotta wait 2 weeks. Like, no. When it's time to go pay that motherfucking copay at that doctor's appointment, they want their money up front. So all this, we need a card to itemize this puss. Hold
on. I got a couple more. Submissive provider said Haiti has a high femicide rate. Bumble said, I'm HT. My dad threatened to call CPS. I'm HT. What does that mean?
He's Haitian.
Oh, I'm Haitian. Okay. The abbreviations be killing me sometimes. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm Haitian. My dad threatened to call CPS on my mom and tell them we were latchkeys because she told him she would report his failure to pay. Haitian men are wicked. Miss Chrissy Baby said, my father is West Indian and I have 13 siblings. God damn, hold on. My father is West Indian and I have 13 siblings in the States. Jesus Christ. Uncle 17 in the States. Only uncle with no kids was gay and disobeyed. All abandoned. Jesus. Intently Purposeful said, my son is 27. I left his father when I was pregnant. He gave me an STD in my 9th month. God damn. I've never received child support. He disappeared 27 years ago. We were together 5 years. To Nigel said, so y'all really want me to pay for my baby? Quote unquote. That's what the niggas be saying. Honey, where's your chat? Did I miss it? I didn't see it. I haven't seen your chat. All right, go ahead.
Super quick, y'all, real quick before the panel goes. Hey, it's 500 y'all in here. I know the YouTube just popping over there. Y'all, let's get the likes up. Are y'all not entertained? 500 people. Let's get to 350K likes, 350. So y'all got about 100K likes to just tap it up and go crazy while the panel goes. As always, send those gifts, do all the things, y'all. As always, just make sure we keep them alive. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Tap in.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So to what Kay was saying, which one would you believe is, more suitable or better? A mutual agreement with someone that you co-parenting with, or
child support?
Putting him on child support.
Child support. Why? Because if we do a mutual agreement, say for instance, me and Public agree that he's gonna buy 2 cases of diapers and 3 things of formula a month for the baby. That's what he can contribute. That's it. Yeah. Next month, Public come. Okay, I ain't gonna be able to get them diapers like I did last month. Can you spot me till next month? And every month, Public gonna come back with some bullshit about why he can't contribute.
Easy.
So that goes left.
Yep. Also, when you make more money and you can contribute more, you will continue to contribute the same amount because that's what you've been doing. And you like most, most men ain't gonna be like, well, I'm making another $20,000 a year. Let me go on and chip her off another $1,000 a month. No, they're gonna be like, shit, I'm making $20,000 a year. I got a raise. We didn't get a raise. I got a raise, right? So
I think different though. Like if I'm making more money, I will raise the bar because if she's doing better, I'm gonna do better. You feel me? So it's like
you talking for yourself though. 1804. I'm not saying that you not this nigga. I'm saying most men ain't thinking like you though.
I don't understand why other men would not, see it that way. As far as okay, you know what? If I'm making more money, obviously, if you to be honest with you, let's just say you win like $100,000, just through lottery, through whatever. You feel me? If you decide that, hey, you know what? Out of that 100, I'm gonna give her 40. I'm gonna give her 50.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, she would. Majority of women would know to make that money stretch and last much more than we can, and it'll be obvious for you to just. I don't know, for you to just do that. Like, as far as the simplest things, as far as, okay, well, if you're on child support, why fight, having an increase on your child support because you got a raise at your job? Like
but you preaching, I think the problem is you preaching to the choir. Because, okay, we all hear you. You don't think, you think any of us disagree? We all agree. You got to say that to the men's though.
I'm saying to the men that's probably on here that's disagreeing with you.
I got what you're saying. Okay, yeah. I got you.
But can I say though, that the reason why that is because the men be invested in the mama's cat and not the kids.
Yeah.
That's why. Because if you think about it, like even and this is, in all seriousness, when you talk about the investment that you feel like you need to put into your kids, you see that as these are my kids. I care for them. I want to make sure that they have everything that they need at all times, even if that means that I'm shelling out whatever extra the mom needs. I'm, spending whatever time I need to, because anytime that I have free ain't free time as long as I got kids. Like I'm always gonna be focusing on I gotta give them the absolute best. Because men they sleep with women that they don't like, and then they impregnate them, they feel the same way about the kids that they feel about the mom. So once they don't have, at least the mom was giving them vagina. Once the mom ain't at least giving them that, they don't see the investment anymore because they never wanted the mom, and they definitely don't want the kids. So when they see that money go out, it pisses them off because that was never gonna be they legacy. When they pay in for that mom to be in the house, to be their wife, to be able to be arm candy and go out and do the Christmas pajamas, it's to help them look like better people, but they aren't actually better people. So once they leave that relationship, they don't see the point of the investment in them kids looking better and them having better, because what does that doesn't do anything for me. So let them all fall by the wayside.
I think that when go ahead, Kay. Go ahead, Kay.
No, I literally what a lady he doesn't see the benefits of her. Okay, you got one bar. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah, so what I was gonna say was
hold on.
Yeah. To BBG's point, but it ain't that they be having babies with women they don't like. Men don't like women. So it's any woman. They only like women for what women can do for them. And then once that woman either can't or refuses to do the thing for them, then now they don't like them no more. They never liked her. That's the problem. They never if we actually liked women, then I don't think any of this would be an issue, right? Or much of it would be, but we don't like women. That's the problem. That's it. So we impregnate women, and then as soon as a woman says, no more vagina for you, no more cooking, cleaning for you, no more, you gonna have to pick up your kids on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, or whatever the case may be. Now it's this fucking stupid bitch. She da 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 da. She da da da. Oh, I hate this. My baby mama such a bitch. She don't never let me. Like all that shit. It's like nigga, the fuck wrong with you?
I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna drop. But that is like it's the same thing because again, they don't when they talk about the numbers of women who are single moms. I always find it funny, and I sat in my room one day and asked this question. And was like, wait a minute. They always talking about how 70% of black population or whatever, of black women are single moms. They always say that, and they always say, I'm saying it out of context on purpose like that 70% of black women are single moms raising their kids, ain't no dad around, blah, blah, blah. How many of those women were impregnated by men? If we're going to ask dumb questions that need dumb answers, how many of those 70% of women who are single mothers had children with men? Like when you look at that number, now you got to look at, okay, how do we figure out where the heck they went? Where did they go? Why aren't these women getting what it is they need? If the majority of men are good, if the majority of the men, are fathers who just want to be a part, blah, 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 why don't the kids have resources? Because there are other ways around doing things for your kids completely outside of the mom. Moms do it all the time. Why is it you can't figure out how to invest it within the community where your kids are, or within, the relationship that you have with your kids outside of the mom? But just like you said, the key to it is they don't like that lady because they don't like the majority of women. They want to be able to have sex with them, move on, and live their lives. But in order for them to be able to do that, they got to play the game. They got to trick them into having sex with them. And then once they have sex with him, they say that she's deeply connected to him, but they know that she won't have access to resources. And then they move on to the next woman to continue on just creating a trail of women who don't have access to anything. Like that's the name of the game.
Yep. I want to let Britt go, and then I want Fly Ink to go because they Fly Ink just said something interesting in the comments. Go ahead, Britt.
Okay. Hi. First of all, thank you for letting me up. I love your live.
Thank
I
you.
share it all the time.
Appreciate it.
Every time.
Then subscribe then. Why you ain't a sub then? If you I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead, you good. I don't believe you. No.
You don't leave me alone.
I was like between jobs, money was
You good. You ain't got it, Brick. I'm fucking with you. I'm not serious one bit. Go ahead.
I know. Okay. I wrote down what I wanted to talk about because I really jumped on here when BPG said wait until that funeral, because that is so real. I am Jamaican, and at my father's funeral, the amount of women that walked up to me that knew me. Oh my gosh, Brittany, I haven't seen you since you were a little girl. Oh my gosh. I have pictures of you. I'm your dad's friend from London. I'm your dad's friend from Cayman Islands. And all I could do was stand there like, I've never heard of you. Are you an auntie? Are you a cousin? They were not that. They were not any of that. So I knew that my dad was out here. I just didn't know he was out here like that until his funeral. My mom never put my dad on child support, and she was just that very independent Jamaican woman, refused to put him on child support. But at the same time, she used to complain about what he wasn't doing. So it's really like, it's a lose-lose, I feel like either you're the bad guy for putting him on child support or you're suffering when you're not. See, I wrote it all down, so I'm sorry if I'm a little nervous. Haitian men. One of my best friends is Haitian, and I made the joke about Haitian men having multiple families, and he was like, "No, not my dad, this and that." I said, "How many times a year does your dad fly to Haiti for like more than like 3 weeks? How many times does he fly to Haiti for more than a month?" And then he just like paused on the phone. He was like, I'm like, "Hey, you probably have some brothers and sisters out there that you don't know about." And that, it is what it is, but like, I think that we all need to have an open mind, especially when it comes to these other cultures, because that's how they move out there. So that's really all I had to say. I wrote it down. That's really all I had to say. I received. Thank you. I'll subscribe.
Oh, you subscribe? See, we done guilty Brit into subscribe it. I didn't.
No, every time. No, I do want to subscribe because anytime I really have something to say is when you put the sub only comments on, and I'm over here fighting for my life, holding everything in. So I really do need to subscribe. I love your live though.
I appreciate it, Britt. Thanks for the support. Go ahead, Fly Inc.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Not much, brother. So you said 16%. We're talking about the 16% of men.
Yeah. Usually in most communities where women are, saying that this happened, a lot of times it's 16% of the men in that community that is basically causing a lot of women's trauma, right? We see that there's a lot of men that got like 4 or 5 children, right? But most good men don't have 4 or 5 children.
I don't know many men that got 4 or 5 children.
Yeah, we don't want 4 or 5 children.
I don't know many. I don't know many people that have 4 or 5 children. That's a lot of kids in this day and age. That's not common at all.
I know a lot of men with 4 or 5 children.
Why would you know that many men with 4 or 5 children?
Some of these girls on this panel know that there's some men that got 4 or 5 children.
But why would you know so many men that have that many kids when the vast majority of men don't have that many kids?
Well, again, I told you it's only a small amount that is in the community that's doing that.
So why do you know? Wait, hold on. Fly Inc. Fly Inc. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. You're missing what I'm saying. Why do you know this very small amount of men? To your point, you're saying it's a small amount of men, and then you're saying you know all of these men. Like, why? Why do you know them?
No, I never said I know them.
You literally just said you know them. You literally just said I know them.
There is a small amount of men in the community that are wreaking havoc on a lot of women in there, right?
Okay.
And so we have women that are talking about these men, but they're not talking about good men. They're not. They're talking about.
They're talking about normal. They're talking about regular men. Yeah, they're talking about regular men.
They finesse them out of their underwear to get pregnant.
So let me ask you a question: Does the average man have to lie to women to sleep with them? Has that? You know what? Let me ask it in this way: Has the average man lied to a woman to sleep with her?
Yes.
Yes. Right. The average man.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I never had to lie with.
I didn't ask, have you lied? I said, has the average man had to lie to sleep with a woman?
I don't know.
Make a guess. Take a guess. Take a guess. Take a guess. Hold on. Okay.
We ain't never had to.
So why is it when I ask you a question that you know the answer to, you have to lie, which makes me think everything you're saying is a lie now? Because if you can't answer a direct question that we all know, these are, hold on, Fly Inc. Hold on, brother. I'm gonna help you out. These are like litmus tests for me, right? This is how I'm gonna give you the formula. If I ask you something that everybody knows, like objectively speaking, we all know the answer to, and you either pivot or you lie about it, then now from that, I'm gonna deduce that I cannot trust anything out of your mouth, right? Because a lot of what you're saying is your word, and you want me to believe your word, but you are up here not being honest. So try it again. I'm gonna ask you the question one more time. Do you think that the average man has had to lie or has lied to a woman to sleep with her?
I'm telling you again, no.
No. Okay. So you said you didn't know. But no, okay, cool.
Because I'm going by the people I know.
Yeah, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you about the people.
The average of them, the answer is no.
I got you. I'm not asking you about the people you know. I got you. Okay. That's okay, right? I think that, and Hank, thank you for being honest. Hank said yes. I said yes. I'm sure all the women up here would say yes because they've all been lied to by a man, right? If I asked that question to the women and I said, hey, ladies, has a man lied to you to sleep with you? And every woman up here, not every woman, but the majority of them would say yes, I'm sure, right? I don't want to put BPG in there because she's been with her man since she was 3 years old. But the rest of you, okay, I just, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all been rocking out since y'all was, y'all damn near, you know what I mean? Like y'all go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. But, so yeah, but that's crazy though, right? So most of the women, if not all the women, have been lied to by a man, but you're telling me that the majority of men don't lie to women to sleep with them, which is crazy. So it ain't, hold on, wait, I'm almost done. So it's not, hold on, Fly Ink. When I start talking, you gotta, so what I'm saying is that your number of 16% of men, right, is the problem, is a lie, because the majority of men lie to women to sleep with them or have lied to women to sleep with them. I'm not saying every man continuously lies to women in perpetuity, right? I'm not saying that, right? Even though I do believe that, but I'm not even saying that for this argument. I don't even have to do that. I'm just saying, because it only takes one time. It only takes one time of you sleeping with a woman and getting her pregnant. That's all it takes for one time. So you acting like it's only 16% of men is a lie in and of itself. Now, let's go to the stats. 20% of men after divorce abandon their kids. You're going to tell, so that's more than 16% right off the rip. So 20% of married men who get divorced, so divorcees, after they get divorced and they lose access to that woman, they completely abandon their kids. That's higher than so that's 1 out of 5 men. That's 1 out of 5 men. 1 out of 5 married men, right? Cool. Whatever. And most Americans are married. Or most American men have been married, right? So that would be most men, right? Or that, I'm sorry, that would be 1 out of 5 men roughly. 1 out of about 20% of men see their kids once a month. Pretty close, right? Once a month, that's close to being abandoned. They're also a part of the problem, I would say. Another 20% see their kids twice a month. You add all those numbers up, you got like 45% of men either completely abandon their kids or, for the most part, abandon their kids or neglect their kids, right? So stop telling this lie that it's only 16% of men. That's a lie. So where are you getting that from? I don't know. That's a weird number too. 16% of men is a weird number. It's a crazy number to come at us with. Go ahead, NYC. Fly Inc. I'm sorry, I said NYC. Fly Inc. Go ahead, brother.
I saw him an invite to turn on this one.
Me too. There he goes.
So you're saying that 20% of men abandon their children after they're married.
Yep, after divorce.
And if you're going through the courts and you're getting a divorce, 9 out of 10 times that man is paying something to that woman.
That's wrong.
Child support, half of his 401k. So
that's wrong.
Say abandon.
That's wrong.
The child.
That's wrong.
No, that's not wrong.
That is wrong. It's statistically wrong. It's not factual. It's not factual. It's not, bro. It's not. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not factual. Most people don't even, sir, only 10% of men, only 10% of people get alimony. The majority of people aren't on, the majority of men aren't on child support either. It has nothing to do with the splitting of his finances. He's not paying her shit then, bro. That's given to a woman that wasn't really working, and sir, stop. You talking a lot, you're not saying nothing. The majority of women work. So he's not paying her shit. They're splitting their money after they get divorced. Stop making shit up.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, you over here yapping, talking over me. Yeah, I'm glad. Go ahead and drop. Go ahead, Hank. Hank want to say, I'm doing great, man. Hank said that men that women can survive without men. I'm sorry, that men can survive without women. Go ahead, brother. I'm here to listen.
Give my stance. And
yes.
Then, from there, okay. So yeah, my viewpoint is that women cannot survive without men.
Mm-hmm.
When men do rely on women for survival, but it's in the form of procreation.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the only thing we need them for, speaking in terms of survival. As opposed to women rely on men for a lot. If all men were to disappear from Earth tomorrow, women would start unaliving at a high rate. Yeah, that's my stance on it, man. I could delve into it a little bit.
You definitely have to delve into it.
Yeah, so my main reason is the fact that our civilization here in Western society is built off of, or ran off of labor.
Exploitation.
The labor force participation is 62.7%. So it plays a huge, massive role.
Why do you think that if men cease to exist, that we would have the same system? That's a weird take. Obviously, if men cease to exist, then we wouldn't have the same system, because women wouldn't in the system we have currently. Women are exploited, and men are the exploiters. So we would have a different system. So don't think about it from that aspect. They would change the system, obviously.
Right, but as far as the things that we're keeping up with today that men are playing a huge role in, if they were no longer there, women would have some serious problems.
Once again, don't make the assumption that women would run the world like men, so they would have to keep it exactly the same way. Don't make that assumption. You would that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
With the current civilization that we have, if men were not present,
mm-hmm.
they wouldn't be able to keep up with it. They wouldn't be able to
okay, let's do this, because this isn't even the question, but I'll play the game. If half of the population unalive tomorrow or disappear tomorrow, on either side, the world would go to shit because just of the workforce, right? So nobody is denying that. Man or woman, doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about. But let's make it kind of fit for the argument, right? If women were, if it was like the mothership was going to come, or the rapture was going to come and take every man, Brianna, yeah, you can ask a question. If the rapture was going to come and take every man tomorrow, in a year, right? Like think like Noah's Ark, right? They had whatever, a decade or whatever to get ready for the fucking storm, 7 years or something like that. Okay, cool. So the flood is coming, but within that time, we train women to do everything that men do. Then no, women wouldn't need men in that aspect. Society would smoothly keep going beyond, because you're talking about infrastructure, right? Women could run our infrastructure just as well as men can, if not better. I actually believe the infrastructure would be better if women ran it. So yeah, so that will be the point there. Because what about our infrastructure is actually good? What about our infrastructure? Huh?
Do you want my rebuttal on it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so men are biologically stronger than women. So even if you train these women for these infrastructure jobs,
mm-hmm.
In speaking terms of majority, they would not be able to keep up physically in the timely manner to do it. Now, you could say that they could reprogram things to make it work in a different time, but in the hypothetical we're talking about, it's that we live in a situation in a civilization where we are dealt these cards, where these things are being done in a timely manner by men, as far as labor goes, because of their physical attributes and how strong and how much faster they can get these.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think is more productive in general on any given job? Like, so let's say the job. You know what? Let's go home. Let's take it to the house. Who is more productive in the house, men or women? Typically
women.
Okay. Okay. Who is more productive in school, men or women?
Women.
Okay. At home, at school, two big indicators, right? You want me to believe that at work, men are more productive than women? That's a fucking farce. No, women are more productive than men at work, at home, and at school. They're more productive than men. Men don't do, for the whatever strength women lack, they would make up for it in attention and with focus. So it would take, like, physically, if you want to make that argument, which is not even a good argument to make, because there are women who are physically strong enough to do the jobs that men do, right? So that's crazy to even talk about. But anyways, and they have tools and all. You don't. It's real though. It's not. You can't disagree with something that's a fact. That's crazy. What are you talking about? The strongest men in the world don't do these jobs. So it's not like you need the strongest men to do these jobs. Are there women who are capable of doing these jobs? The vast majority. I can't think of a job that women can't do. There's no group of women on the planet that can do this job. That's fucking crazy. Of course there are. Every single fucking job. It doesn't make sense, right? So aside from that, what I'm saying is women are more focused, and you have to give women less direction, right? You don't have to keep women on task, right? Women aren't throwing rocks with their buddies and wrestling behind the wall when the boss ain't looking and shit. They just do the fucking job. They just do the job. They ain't showing fucking smut shit, you know what I'm saying? They ain't at work like, oh man, look, she got ass. Like, they're not doing that shit. They just go to work. They do their job. When it's on their break, they do take their break, and then they did it, right? So it's like think about the tortoise and the hare, right? The hare is faster than the tortoise, right? But the tortoise easily got distracted. The tortoise had ADHD. That is men. Men are tortoise. I'm sorry, the hare. The hare had ADHD. Men are the hare. Men bounce around. Our brain is scatterbrain. We don't focus. Also, we have a lot of entitlement when we're on these jobs. Like, oh, I'm the man. Right? Oh, I could take.
No, that's true.
I could do that. Women just go to work. And lastly, in our society, the way it's set up right now, at least, women know that they have to outperform men just to get a look. They got to outperform us most of the time. They don't. There's no field where women have like an inherent advantage outside of like maybe education, right? I would say education. I could see women, because they do most of the hiring too, right? Of the people or whatever. But that's about it. That's the only, off the top of my head, that's pretty much the only thing I could think of where like.
Not even that, honestly, but
No, I'm not even saying that it is 100%. I'm just saying like that's the only thing I could maybe see, but nah.
But even at the highest education levels, it's usually like same with medical, it's usually men.
Yeah, at the highest it is men. Yes.
And overall, it is the women. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah.
I'm talking about like getting hired and shit like that. You got to go get a job. You're the only man interviewing. There's 5 women on the panel. Like, I could see them being like, I'm gonna hire the one. Like, I can see that. That's fine. But yeah.
So
go ahead.
Can I get my rebuttal? So
please.
I do agree with the things that you were saying, but I feel like it's getting away from the topic that I was trying to explain. Is that like the civilization that we live in depends on a lot of it depends on the physical labor. So it's not that I'm saying that women can't do these jobs. I'm saying in terms of the majority, they're not biologically fit for it. So even though you're bringing all these good things that women could do as far as like being better in school, being more productive and stuff like that, that's not going to apply in terms of labor and getting the job done in sheer strength. You know what I mean? So,
I don't know why you're acting like men are just like, I hear you, but I just want to be clear. There are tools, there are machines, there's technology. And men weren't, shout out to BPG, because she was the first person that said this to me. If men were so strong, plows wouldn't be invented. If men were so strong, buzzsaws wouldn't have ever been invented. If men are so efficient and so strong, why would we ever need to make these machines? It doesn't make sense. It's because men ain't that fucking strong.
Like cranes and stuff like that are unloading ships. You know, these advanced saws that are chopping down trees, removing stumps. I do agree with you there, but as far as like import, export, unloading Amazon trucks, unloading
women do that all the time. They do that right now though, Hank. Women do that right now. They work those jobs right now. I live in Long Beach. I live in the.
That's not the majority. The majority of
Hank, those things are done by machines, and women work those lines just as much as men, if not very close. It's the same thing with like people that because y'all like to talk about labor. A lot of the people that are picking plants and picking tomatoes, a lot of women, a lot of foreign women, a lot of Hispanic women, a lot of black women, a lot of like
all of that stuff is done by machines, and the people are able to. The reason it's done by machines is so that they can get the most labor. Let's talk about labor seriously. If it's about labor, it's about being the most productive as possible. Humans are not as productive as they can be with machines, so it makes no sense for you to expect human strength to be at the top of any of that. The machinery is doing most of the work, and then they're able to then stick people in for labor. Because if that was the case, most industries would not work if we genuinely relied on just physical labor. Like, most industries would die because people get injured. Medical system here is crap. Like, they wouldn't be able to keep up with having constantly new people coming in after the injuries, after people are getting hurt. People won't be like, that doesn't make any sense.
There are women in the military that fight on the front line. There are women that work as longshoremen, longshore people, if you want to say that. First responders, firefighters, female firefighters, female first responders. Like, so when you say women can't, I don't believe it. If there is a woman that can do it, then there are many women that can do it. That's my point. Hank,
can I talk about the military with you?
Go ahead.
The firefighters and stuff like that.
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead, BP.
Because I think that the game is what men do, and we talked about this earlier. I don't know if you were in the live, but
I just got in.
The best example that I can use is if I take a suit and I take you to a tailor and I fit the suit to your body. The suit is tailored to you, to your waist, to your arms, to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put it on my 5-year-old son. Can I then say that biologically 5-year-olds shouldn't wear suits?
Could you compare that into
Could I say that? Not if it's
what
true.
I was saying.
Could I say that?
No, but I'm just saying, in terms of
if you answer the question, she'll tell it to you. But
okay, So no, it is not wrong. Well, he could, he could wear the suit even though it doesn't fit him. But I'm just asking, in terms of what I was saying, what are you comparing that to?
Okay, sure.
I'm comparing that to patriarchy. The way that these systems work is they design things on purpose. Like Public said earlier when I mentioned the plow thesis, they design things on purpose that tailor to men, and they lock women out of those abilities to being able to contribute to those things, being able to work in construction. They intentionally lock women out of those things. And then they say biologically women can't do these things because they're not big enough, strong enough, able enough. But the majority of time when women are given the opportunity to perform these tasks, they absolutely do. And more often than not, they outwork the men in those services because women are socialized to have a larger emotional capacity. So not only are they doing the work that the men are doing, but they're doing a lot of the other lower level tasks. So they are doing a lot of the organizing. They're still doing the secretarial work on top of the physical labor. I don't like to use myself as an example, but I can use myself as an example. I've been around more men who work in the film industry on those lower level jobs, grip, gaff, all of this stuff. And every single man that I've met, when they have a team of women who are doing those tasks, they prefer that.
Yeah.
Because women pay way more attention to detail. Women get things done much, much faster. I had a group of
and they communicate better too.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I had a group of 5 men call me last night because they couldn't figure out how to build a wall.
I want to say something too. This is also what they do, Hank, is what in the patriarchy, to BBG's point, what they will do is they will lock a certain group of people out. They lock black people out, like they lock women out, right? Like they lock Asian people out at one point in time of a lot of stuff. They lock us out and then say, oh, the reason they're just not good at the job. Like they'll use that as proof, like how it's happening today, right? So on the books, legally, we could work anywhere we want to, right? Legally, we can, right? Legally. Black people, women, whatever. Legally, we can. But just because they said, okay, now you can't discriminate against black people, right? How do they actually stop that from happening? How did they never got rid of any of the people way back when, right? Like in 1960, whatever, 1968 or whatever, when they signed the or 1965 when they signed the first Civil Rights Act or whatever, when Lyndon B. Johnson signed that shit, 1960s. I don't remember exactly. My memory's terrible. But yeah, 65. Yeah. They never, it wasn't like what they should have done is they should have went in and cleaned house. They should have went in and said, okay, to make this be right, we are going to set these, we're gonna put people of color in all of these positions. We're gonna have white people, you know what I'm saying? Not saying, and we're gonna fill the positions accordingly, right? So there's 15% of black, we're gonna make it be 15% of black people, we're gonna make it 60% of white people, like stuff like that. Like they didn't do that. They didn't try to rectify it, but they just signed it and said, all right, guys, even though they would do like this. All right, guys, now you guys, you can't discriminate against black people. You can't discriminate against black. Hey, I signed it. Look, everybody see me. I signed it. You can't discriminate against black people, Mr. White Business Owner. You can't do it. That's all they did. And then the white business owner said, okay, we just won't hire him. Because how can you discriminate it? How can you prove the discrimination? It's bro, it is almost impossible to prove that shit. Unless you're like Donald Trump and his stupid ass daddy, where they actually put it on a piece of paper, blacks. And then they put a marker on, you know what I mean? They marked it on their shit so they would see, okay, so you separated them by race? Why would you do that? Right? And that's how, and then people on the inside tell. That's the only way. But if that never happens, and if all white people are working there, the likelihood that a white person is going to be like, yeah, let me go on and rat them out is extremely fucking low. Same thing with men. So that's why women aren't in these positions. Not because they're not strong enough, they're not fast enough, not because they don't want to do it. It's because they have been locked out historically. They've been locked out and they continue to be locked out now. It's just not on paper.
Yeah, so that being said, sir, these are just the cards that were dealt. Like, I'm not saying that it's not possible if they would have created a certain kind of civilization where women are more inclusive. But these are just the cards that were dealt. So speaking with the cards that we are dealt, they would have a hard time surviving. And they do need us a lot more than we need them, whether it's due to the patriarchal society that we have or not.
The patriarchy wouldn't exist if men didn't exist.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is like.
But you still haven't told me anything. I'll be honest with you. You haven't told me anything to make me think, to make me believe you. Like the things you're saying just aren't true at all. Right.
So would you believe me if I said, like, if all women were to disappear tomorrow, the only thing that would happen to men is we would live down to the last man, because all we need them for is to spread our seed. When on the other hand, if all men were gone tomorrow, these women would start unaliving and having a seriously hard time surviving.
Okay. Unaliving from what?
From like what I said, the roles in labor. We could talk about nuclear reactors.
Right. We're going back to that same talking point that it's already been debunked 3 times. I debunked it, Lutz debunked it, BPG debunked it, right? So you got to choose a different point. What you're saying, you're not substantiating any of your claims. You're just saying stuff.
Because what I'm substantiating is that's the cards that we are dealt.
No, sir, that is the opposite of substantiating a claim, to say those are the cards we are dealt. That's not a substantiation of anything. That's the opposite of it. That's like if your kid asks you, why can't I sleep over my friend's house? And you say, because I said so. That is the equivalent of that. You haven't given me any reason why. You're just saying, like, that's just what it is.
If women were giving these same opportunities, like, do you want to speak about it hypothetically?
No, let's speak about it. No. Let's speak about what's actually what we can see. I got to go in a minute though, but let's speak about what we can see. So right now, who is more likely to either unalive themselves or attempt to unalive other people, simply from not having access to the opposite sex?
Men.
Okay, so what makes you think that if you were to remove women from the situation, that men would just magically become happier? Even though there is proof that men, on top of the fact that we have created a whole system, right? We've created a whole system to make women dependent on men so that we can have access to women's body and their labor, right? We have created a whole system to do that because naturally women don't fucking need us. Why would we need to create a whole system of oppression if women naturally needed us? It doesn't make any sense. Why do we always have to convince women that men are the leaders as opposed to just being the leaders and women following? Why do we always have to tell this lie that women can't do this job, right? Even though we can point to example after example of women doing the jobs that you're saying they can't do. Like, you can't piece all those things together and see that clearly what you're saying doesn't make sense?
Right, so we'd have to bring statistics into it, but like I'm telling you, man, these women are not getting these same jobs done in the same time, and it's because of what I'm saying. They are biologically stronger.
Hank, name the job that women need, but name it though. Name the industry. Fuck it, I'll give it to you. You got it. Name it.
Sewage, industrial. I mean, I don't know what it's called when you build big buildings like that and stuff. Industrial, whatever the fuck.
Do we need? Hold on. Do we need big buildings?
You got me on that.
We don't need big. Keep going. Do we need oil? Fossil fuels? We need fossil fuels to live.
With the world we live in, with the amount.
Don't think about it that way. I've already told you. That because the reason why we are dependent on fossil fuels is by design. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that those assholes, because they're all men, weren't here, then we wouldn't need fossil fuels anymore, right? So name the industry in which you think women wouldn't be able to keep up with, but women would unalive if it didn't exist. Because I guarantee you, there's nothing you can name.
Airplanes?
Why do we need airplanes?
No, it wasn't airplanes. It was nuclear power plants.
We don't need nuclear power.
Really? Because I know, man, but that's just the cards that were dealt. Like,
no, you don't. Now you don't get to pivot back to those are the cards that we were dealt.
On these nuclear power plants, man.
What does nuclear power have to do with women, sir? There's a show. It's called Chernobyl. It's called Chernobyl.
I've heard of it. I never watched it, though.
You should watch it. It's really good and really interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like a case. It's like a step by step of what happened, right? The women, a woman was the one who sounded the alarm. She was the one who was like, what it was no women inside the building. Like there was no women who was actually like a part of the bad decision-making process, right? It was all men. But who was one of the first people, one of the biggest proponents, the one that actually cracked it? It was a woman, right? You talk about Einstein. His wife was the one behind the scenes doing a lot of that work for him. Women, the thing that you're not understanding is history is written by the winners, and men are the winners, right? And so we have told and sold everybody on this planet this lie that men did all of this stuff and do all of this stuff, when in reality, women have been there this whole fucking time. And even if I conceded to you that they're nuclear power, we don't need nuclear power to survive. In today's society, we don't need nuclear power. We don't need it.
So these nuclear power plants, would you say the majority of these people who are keeping it afloat and making sure it doesn't explode with the physical labor, would you say that it's women or men?
Sir, that's not what we said. We already went through this. It's men. It's men. It's men. And I already told you that, yes, tomorrow, sir. I'll make it better. I'll make it better for you. Okay. No, I'll make it. No. Because it's like a stupid point.
I know, but if you answer it, it's going to paint you kind of into a corner.
It's not. Acknowledging that today, and I've already laid out the reasons why. It's not because women are weaker. It's because men have locked them out. You're just going back. You're the one. You're running in circles. You're a hamster on a wheel.
Yeah, but do you think that biologically women are capable of the same strength as men? Is that what you're telling me, sir?
No, that's not what I'm saying. And I do believe that. But what I'm saying is that I do believe that. But that's not even the point. The point is the strongest men in the world don't work these jobs. So if you want to talk about the strong, can a woman be as strong as the strongest man on the planet? I don't fucking know, nor do I care. That is irrelevant to the conversation, right? The men who work in nuclear plants are not fucking they're not the strongest men, bro. They might be stronger than the average woman, but they're not the strongest men. That's my point. So realistically, could we find a group of women that were as strong as those men and could do that job? Yes. That's my point. So it doesn't make any sense to keep repeating that.
And it's just, the majority of men are stronger than women. How is that not saying that men are stronger than women?
Sir, you want to argue a point that is irrelevant.
Women have these same,
it's so funny that
to be as strong as men.
Yeah,
sir.
it's so funny. It's so funny that the only point you guys have is either child rearing or I'm sorry, procreation, or men are stronger, brute strength. As if humans have ever relied on brute strength for survival. We never have.
I think they definitely do, man.
Never. Who the fuck are we? What animal are we stronger than? Like, think about it. Think about the animals that
it's not about if we're stronger than the animal. It's about if we have the strength.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. People have never survived on brute strength ever. Because we don't have much of it compared to the animal kingdom. So when we were, like developing, evolving or whatever, we relied on our mind. We always have. So now all of a sudden you want to go to this make-believe world where now it's all about brute strength. When people have always survived on our intellect, always. That's always been a thing that separated us from other animals. Always. Now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, a woman couldn't do that because she's not strong enough. Like, please be fucking for real. That doesn't make sense, bro. And if you don't have another point, then I'm going to assume you don't have any point because that point is moot.
All right. So you just made the statement that we've never relied on strength.
Nope.
To thrive.
I'll say it again. We've never relied on our brute strength to survive ever. That's never been the thing.
Not even in Neanderthal times.
Not even in Neanderthal times. Nope. It was always our brains.
Come on, man.
Wait. What did Neanderthals? Hold on. Did they? Neanderthals invented the wheel. They invented tools. They invented weapons. It was always our mind.
In order for these weapons or tools to work, there has to be a certain amount of strength behind them.
My child can make a fucking knife, bro. What are you talking about? My kid can make a knife.
We're talking about, like, okay, so let's say, for instance, a grizzly bear running at a human being, and he has the spear. Who do you think has a better chance of surviving that? Do you think
my God,
with that strength enough to penetrate the skin of the bear? Do you think that
I'm going to tell you something right now. If you have a spear, versus a grizzly bear, the grizzly bear is winning that battle 99% of the time. That is what we're talking about.
Don't get away from the statement.
I'm not getting away from the statement. I'm being
in the situation, sir.
Hank, what I'm telling you is hold on. What I'm saying is that if based on your dumbass question, sorry, if we were relying on if it came down to us having a spear versus the wilderness, right? And that was it, our brute strength and a spear versus the wilderness, I'm telling you, we would have perished. That's my point. We never would have survived. But it wasn't that. We learned how to survive. We learned how to get furs. Well, because black people was living in Africa, so we was warm and shit. But Neanderthals, they was living like that, right? But yeah, we learned how to trap animals, smaller animals. We learned how to go hunting for larger animals as a unit, as a team. We learned how to stay warm with fire. We learned we used our minds. That's how we survived. It wasn't through brute strength. I don't care how you slice it. It wasn't through brute strength.
Regardless, strength played a huge role, is what I'm saying.
Brother, strength plays a huge role if you walk around. That's strength too.
All right, well, you're the same person that just tried to tell me that strength doesn't matter when it's behind a weapon in combat against a predator.
That's not what I said. I said that the likelihood of your survival as a single man with a spear versus a fucking grizzly bear is minute. You are probably going to die the vast majority of the time. And if that was all we had for the sir, please don't, sir. If that was what we had to survive, if that was what we were dependent on to survive, we wouldn't have made it. That's my point. If that was it, if it was like, man, you got to have brute strength to survive, we would have died a long time ago. That's never been our thing, bro, ever. We got to cook our food.
We don't need brute strength to survive. What about this industrial time in America where these labor jobs that I give an example were playing an even more role before we even had the technology that you're talking about? You're saying that strength didn't play a role then. So you're saying that strength doesn't compare like to the,
I didn't say that strength. I'm saying once again, women can do any of these fucking jobs, period. You could
in a timely manner,
sir, it don't matter what time. What the fuck are you not understanding? If it takes a man 8 hours to do the job, I'm going to concede to you these points because these points are so stupid. If it takes a man 8 hours to do the job and it takes a woman, they're really dumb. If it took a man, hold on, brother. If it took a man 8 hours to do the job, but it takes a woman 10 hours to do the job, who fucking cares? What do you mean? Why does the job have to be done in 8 hours? Who told you that? What amount of these jobs are time sensitive?
Standard of society, and it's being completed in a certain amount of time. That if it's not being completed, in
standards are, sir.
It's not going to run the same.
Sir, it doesn't have to run the same.
Question, bro.
That's not. So, is it about society running the same, or is it about women surviving?
I mean, you could ask that question.
Exactly. That was a dumb fucking question. That was a dumb question. That right? Hold on, Hank. That's what I'm saying. You're pivoting to that. That's what you've been trying to argue this whole time. Would society run the same? Which I've already said 1,000 times. Who fucking cares if it runs the same? That's not the question. The question is why. You're saying women would perish. I'm asking you, why would women perish? And you haven't told me any reason. None.
Reason, and you didn't debunk it, sir.
I did. Sir, I did 1,000 times. But hey, I appreciate you. I did, Hank. I promise you, I did. I gotta go. They said Hank's a natural born idiot. I gotta go get my hair cut. I appreciate everybody, man. They provide on BOA. Women like Shira 7. I paid for diapers. Charnay said, I paid for diapers, food, clothes. Sitter lost money to take care of your kid. You owe me back pay. We read that one. Haiti has a high femicide rate. Damn, I know I'm starting somewhere. Men hate child support also because they feel stigmatized. And we read that one already. Charnay said, if you didn't wear a condom, you are accountable for the childbirth. The only other option she has is just a painful procedure to remove the child. Kay said, men are never single. Charnay said, do people not know that Plan Bs don't work if you're ovulating? Do pick-me's know that men slip off condoms, or are they inexperienced and giving advice? They don't know. They don't care. Until he purposely said, here, $5 in the just because pot. So exhausting. Jocelyn said, men are dropping out of labor force in big numbers and more women are joining. Stop the nonsense. State some actual facts or go home, Roger. Until he purposely said, men get the sniffles and turn to mush. Stronger how? More productive how? Miss Chrissy said, I definitely have to outperform to be considered mediocre to these men at work at a male-dominated career field, but dependent on the most. T. Fran said, women are better at being efficient. No need for brutes. Exactly. Charnay said, men harass women and lock them out of labor jobs just so they can keep saying we need them. Exactly. Miss Chrissy Baby said, also in male-dominated jobs, they bully and make things so difficult in the hopes women will quit to do the so they can say women aren't strong enough, quote unquote. Exactly. They harass women on the jobs. Quote unquote. Tonight said, quote unquote, down to the last man. It's literally the world not surviving because y'all would just hunch and unalive each other. Miss Chrissy Baby said, I prop squat more than him. Appreciate you, intently purposeful. Jocelyn said, if you need to argue irrelevant technicalities to make your point is weak. Take your L and go, sir. Reese Scholar said, if all the smart men die off, they be screwed because the average man isn't smart enough to maintain power plus infrastructure. It be Mad Max real quick. Yep. To Nigel, I appreciate you. She said enough. Hey, LaMonica said, get over it. We don't need your hanky panky.